We live, baby. We live.
We got some guests. We got some late folks. Shit, it's Saturday, nigga. We going
It's
on
Saturday, man. You know what I mean?
Fuck it.
It's Saturday, man. It's Saturday, dog. I don't know what we doing, you know what I'm saying? But we here. And we warming up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be in the building. Of course, you know the trustworthies. The most trustworthy partners on the podcast. Yeah.
Only place I'm on time to.
He said that's the only place you on time to, huh? You used to be real bad with punctuality, but you're actually pretty good with it now.
I'm good with the podcast.
Yeah, I guess that's what's important. Ain't nobody ever really need what else is important. You know what I mean? Besides work. You know what I mean?
That ain't important. This is my own business.
Yeah. You know, we here though. We's here. Everybody come in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, all that. We doing all that. I'm getting the mic straight. We good in the neighborhood. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got some special guests coming too, man. But we gonna start it off. But we gonna give y'all a few minutes to get up in here, man. Yeah, we gonna give y'all a couple minutes to get up in here. Let me make some more posts, man. Let everybody know we in here.
Whoever in here, man, go ahead and hit your folks up and let them know we in here.
Y'all hit your uncle up, hit your baby daddy up. You know what I'm saying? If you got a boyfriend, make sure that he ain't got no problem with us, and then tell him to watch. You know?
Nah, tell that nigga to watch if he do got a problem.
Yeah, tell that nigga to watch and hate. Tell him to hate. That's fine too. If he want to hate, he can pull up and hate. All that. So you know, we just having a little motion. You know what I'm saying? We getting it in. B, what you been up to though, nigga?
Shit, man. Work, my nigga.
Work.
That's all I've been doing, man. Staying out the way, you know. Ain't that what the kids say?
Nigga shit.
Nigga, I'm starting to find out I'm an old nigga, bro. I just learned this shit.
Oh no, we some old niggas, bro. We still like young enough to like figure out what these kids doing a little bit these days.
Nigga, we old.
But we ain't necessarily the youth no more, that's for sure.
I just realized that shit in the past week, bro.
We not the youth no more, bro.
I was somewhere and everybody telling me their age and I was like, damn. I'm really
bro, you wanna know how I know
nigga.
I'm getting old, bro? I was watching the behind the scenes of that nudie video they just shot at the park, and it was like 100 girls twerking in the park and all that, and then they was showing like the stuff that was going on after the actual video was done, and I was just like, bro, if I was 22, this would have been the place to be at. But I'm just looking at the hot ass park girls. And you could tell like the girls was in competition, twerking with each other, like they trying to get in the video. They want to be in the video bad, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, bro, I'm a little too old for this type of shit. Like, I was disgusted. You know
I ain't
what
gonna
I
lie, I
mean?
was disappointed in you when you said that.
Man, I'm getting old, bro. What's it be disappointed with me for?
But we ain't that old.
Nah, we is that old, bro. Cause they, first of all, the girls look like they was like 18, 20, 22. 21, bro. I'm not interested in those type of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 32, about to be 33, bro. That's not my calling.
I mean, I ain't want to be there, but shit.
I ain't want to be there. I'm not looking for girl. I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying?
It
Like,
looked lit.
It looked lit for...
It looked like they was having a good time.
It looked... I know they was having a good time. I ain't saying what they was doing was wrong. I'm saying... That wasn't for me.
No,
like, that's not the type of scene I would
do. What was
be
your
at.
exact post? Because I think that's what I was more disappointed in. You said the girls looked like they was desperate or something.
They was desperate for camera attention. I'm gonna try to say, like, you know how it is, bro, when them videos go. Like, they trying to outdo the most outrageous stuff to get into the video. So, like, you seen the girl that was, like, on top of the basketball goal. I see a girl twerking and like it's like girls like wearing jeans and then they pulling the jeans down. It was just like weird. I'm like, damn, I hope it ain't no motherfucking kids at this park. That's how I know I get
I seen a
old,
little
bro.
kid in there with diaper on and shit. Man, look.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we too old for that, bro. We don't need to be around that type of shit like that.
I don't need to be around it, but I support it. Do that shit.
I mean, I guess as long as it ain't my, a sibling of mine, or a kid of mine. Hey, yeah, that's y'all life. That's y'all life. So I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? Man, it's all about the time to get it started. We're gonna give y'all one more minute. And then we getting started, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, all that. You know what I mean? Good Saturday chat. We here for a good time. Maybe a long time. I don't know. Because we got some guests on the way. We got some certified guests on the way. You dig? Real niggas on the way. So, y'all know how that go.
Oh, man. Yeah, just cook. Get my yak water.
Bro, you just had you some chicken fingers and all that. Chicken fingers, all that. Hop in the chat. We got guests. Okay, we got Leroy. Leroy just pulled up, so we gonna let Leroy come in, and we getting started immediately. Matter of fact, we might just have to get started. No, Leroy got to warm up with Jada. Hey, shout out to Jada, man. She don't play. She do not play. She is not friendly at all. You know that when you messing with her. She said, I ain't, we ain't kicking it with nobody. But, man, let's just get it started, man. Let's get it started.
I'm in la ciencia. I know you tryna move forward. I'm tryna hop off our Porsche. Just to go happy. He said he did what the who? Heard it seen it probably wasn't true. He said we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they knowin'. Facts of cats, we going back to back and nigga all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean he said he did what the who? Heard it seen it probably wasn't true. He said we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they knowin'. Facts of cats, we going back to back and nigga all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean I'm in the soul. Hey, come get your nigga, man, come get your boy.
Man,
He like to
what
jump
else
to
we got,
conclusions,
man?
he jump to illusion, he stupid, the goofy.
What else we got, man? Get that dope for me, man. We got some more coming. What's happening?
This is facts and cap. Just three niggas with a plan, trying to make them understand. Music, sports, life, and news like an anchor man. Different views, so don't take it personal if you can. It's only an opinion, a perspective of some man coming live from the south. Cause Adi, Justin, and Brandon in the house, so get ready for the real. It was never for the cloud. This is facts and cap, so you know what we about. Ayy, facts and cap, so you know what we about. Ayy. So you know what we about, this is facts and cap. So you know what we about, yeah. So you know what we about.
Yeah!
The clean as a whistle, you think you official, we know that you're not.
Yeah.
Hop on the mic and discuss every issue, might take a few shots.
Might take a few
Sit
shots.
back and relax, don't overreact, it's only your thoughts.
Only your
Tell me
thoughts.
is it facts or maybe it's cap, we never gon' stop.
Yeah! Facts and Cap Podcast, episode 133.
So motherfucking 133.
Y'all know what's going on. We in the building.
Both niggas real quick.
We got Leroy getting right. He about, he said he putting on the mic and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 guests on the way. 2 more guests on the way.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, this is going to be an interesting episode.
I like these Saturdays episodes.
Yeah.
Man.
The Saturday episodes is what's up. I like them better than the Thursdays, to be honest. You know what I mean? Niggas gotta go to work, shit like that. But it is what it is, right? So man, I figured we'd talk about something real quick. I ain't really put it in there. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to who not not talking about DC on Fire. Who's it just passed away? Tina Turner.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace to Tina Turner, man.
I ain't even know she was sick, bro.
Me either, man. You know, she probably more low key. You know about it.
I wasn't posting though.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to put that stuff out there. You know what I mean? How old was she? Did they say?
Let me look that up.
All right, we'll get back to you. We got the information department looking it up.
But nah, man, she lived a good life.
Oh shit, we got the camera.
We got a surprise regular here.
Man, this is different. This
regular
different
co-worker. We got co-workers showing up in their other job clothes. Maybe this nigga do got a job. Nah, nigga just got a t-shirt.
Nah, he just got a t-shirt, man. Yeah, man, grab you a chair, man. You grab you a chair or something. But yeah, so Tina Turner. I noticed like when she died, a lot of people came out. You know, I be on Twitter. And they was saying like, don't fuck with her. I've been noticing this is like a new thing now. They was like, duh. Y'all saying R.I.P. to Tina Turner. She didn't even like black people.
83.
She don't like black people. She had a white husband. I think like they were saying like she didn't leave her kids or something crazy shit. A whole bunch of crazy shit about her.
Them kids probably ain't deserve shit.
I don't even know what it was, but like they just saying a whole bunch of shit about her. And I'm like, my whole thing is this, like, why y'all ain't speak about this when she was alive? Like, why do y'all wait till somebody died to find the dirt? Because who else was that who just died? Football player. What football player just died? Look at this nigga, man.
Yeah, you can fit in that chair too.
What football player just died?
Shit.
No, they wear the fucking beanie hat thing. Jim Brown just died, right? Jim Brown just died. All of a sudden, people bringing up alleged rapes and all kind of crazy.
But everybody got a life, but at the end of the day, when you gone, nigga. Remember folks who you good for. They still got family that love them regardless of what you did. Every family member got somebody that might have raped somebody, that might have goddamn committed a murder. They done did something bad in their life. They might have been racist. But at the end of the day, that family's still gonna love them.
I don't even know if he was convicted for that though. Like we know what it's like. We know what it's like as a black man that's an athlete. You might fuck with the wrong person and they'll say you raped them. I ain't saying that he didn't, but I just feel like it's just crazy to me how like when somebody die, people start bringing up shit. You know, like and then like the shit was from like 1960 something, and I'm like, bro, y'all not finna tell me that y'all don't think that people back then, especially back then, was getting falsely accused. Black people, especially motherfuckers like Jim Brown, who had a lot of political connections. You think that he wasn't a threat to a certain community?
Yep.
So. I'm not here to vouch for it. I just feel like once a motherfucker dead, man, especially if it ain't like nothing convicted, then it's kind of like, why y'all just...
I miss the old days, man.
Going so hard.
I wish there was no comments. Everybody, like, I think Instagram should take away the comments. Because everybody don't need to have a goddamn voice. I get tired of seeing that shit, bro. Everybody don't need a voice. Everybody don't need your opinion.
I don't even really be mad at opinions and stuff. I just feel like a motherfucker like Jim Brown, we just gotta look at the levels of respect, right? I'll put it like this, like, if R. Kelly died, R. Kelly caught hell while he was alive about the things that he did, correct?
Yep.
So I wouldn't expect nonetheless if he were to pass away. Like, I expect people to keep that same energy.
I'ma still say rest in peace.
I mean, yeah, your prerogative. How you feel is how you feel, right? Now,
at the end of the day, even R. Kelly, if you feel how you feel about him, nigga still got a family that love him.
Yeah, me personally, I don't feel like it's necessarily like you have to say rest in peace.
You don't have to, but you also ain't got to go in and make a comment at all.
His family don't even fuck with him, low key. But that's a whole nother story.
I'm sure there's some that still do.
Yeah. I feel like this. No, I just feel like keep the same energy. Like, if you wasn't out here putting up tweets about Tina Turner and Jim Brown and shit when they was alive...
You probably Googled. Most
like
motherfuckers didn't even know who Tina
is,
Turner was.
That's what I'm saying. I think motherfuckers is. That's what exactly the point I'm trying to say. I think niggas is like Googling niggas Wikipedia history and then bringing that shit to YouTube. Like, oh, they did this in 1963. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Tina Turner don't like black people. Like, what? All right, cool. I don't know, but that's just what that is. Also. Rest in peace to Miss Jackie O.
Man, that shit was sad as hell, bro. Rest in peace.
That's DC Young Fly's partner. She's a social media influencer, former Wild 'N Out girl. They got 3 kids together. Man, they saying it was due to a mommy makeover. Now, I don't know what specific surgery that was, but her last picture ever taken was with the surgeon. You know how it goes when you go to Miami. You go in the office, they take a picture. And then they show you before, then they're going to show you after. Allegedly, she passed away due to complications due to the surgery. Like I said, 3 young kids. And
I don't care what. It could have been a surgery. It could have been an accident. It could have just been natural causes. It don't matter the reason why she passed. It's the fact she gone. She leaving around them young kids. She got a family that love her. Anybody that was being negative in them comments, fuck you.
What is negative in the comments? What were they saying?
I seen people talking about she was stupid for getting a BBL and put herself at risk. That was selfish to the children. Just stuff like that. It doesn't matter. She's gone now. Why speak? Was that the time to talk about that? Was your comment needed in that?
So, like, I definitely can agree with that. That's why my video that I put up, when I reported about it, I didn't say my opinion about it. And I think it's a way to say everything as well. Like, I think a lot of people, like, I'm not going to call her dumb because I don't think she's dumb. I think that, you know, I know women body constantly changing. I know how the women bodies change. So, like, I can understand that. But I guess my question would be this. I'm curious. When is the right time to talk about the surgeries and, you know, what our community is doing and how people is getting surgery when it's like, yo, and I'm not even talking about Miss Jackie O now. I'm saying, like, people is getting surgery when it's like you can really just like lose 15 pounds, right? People not trying to do that no more. The surgery, I'm just using that to say as an example how common it is to get surgery now, right? Now, I think the knock on her is like that she got 3 kids. She didn't have like 3 kids in 6 years. Her youngest not even 1 year old. She had the surgery, supposed to be a mommy makeover, right? Do we think that there is a right time? Because people saying like this ain't the time. But do we think that there ever is a right time to have that discussion? Because I feel like the other side of me is like, I feel like us as black people, we do like to sweep shit under the rug. Conversations under the rug. Mental health, just things like to that nature. Especially when it comes to women. Because women, a lot of the time, they're just because they feel like as to why she would want to get surgery, the conversation is kind of like, should she really been doing that? You know, when do we have these conversations? When is the right time?
I mean, my thing is, folks die from surgery all the time.
Okay.
It's something that comes with it. It's a risk you take. That's why you got to sign certain paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a reason for her to go. Like, anybody that decides they're not happy with their body and they want to do that and they want to get that surgery, they have the right to. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think that, I mean, it's a chance regardless. You're also taking a chance getting in your car driving and getting hit and dying in an accident. I mean, it's just risk. I don't think there's nothing that's the complications from it and how often it happens versus how many times people get it done is high enough to go out and do it. It's like drinking and driving. You have a very high risk of drinking and driving and getting in an accident, but you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get a surgery done and have a lower risk of dying from complications from the surgery than going to do drinking and driving. But it happens. It's no, like I said, it's no difference. People, you can't have a big discussion about somebody taking a risk of getting a BBL and dying when niggas out here drinking and driving and taking the chances of dying, and that shit happens more often than.
I can say that. Yeah, neither two. I wouldn't recommend neither two. You know what I mean? So I think that that's something that's worth having a discussion, right? But put it like this: if somebody, this is the only point I'm trying to make. If somebody was drinking and driving, right, and then they got in an accident and killed somebody, or let's say they died, right? Let's say they got drunk and drove and they crashed into a tree and died, right? The conversation would be had. People wouldn't be saying, let's just say RIP and not talk about that. No, people would be like, bruh, he shouldn't have been drinking and driving. I don't feel for him. Like, that would have been the conversation. People have been like, hey, you took your chances doing that. You shouldn't have never been doing that. You know that was wrong. You could have called it Uber. You could have did this, right?
But the bigger picture is the death, regardless.
But what I'm saying is, when it comes down to that particular situation, people are saying now, like, feel like a part of me is like, I get that point, but I also get the point where it's like, so when is the conversation necessary? Because like you just said, you compared it to drinking and driving. You don't drink and drive and you die, people not gonna have sympathy for you. Most people online.
That's where I say the comments need to be taken away.
You going through a traumatic. I feel like this. You having 3 children in 6 years, and you going under a knife. You getting cut, and these surgeries are highly dangerous. I'm not gonna call her stupid. Like I said, I understand why. I understand like what women go through, and it's easy for me to say after it happened, like, you know, you should have did this, you shouldn't have did that. Thought about your children. I'm just saying, I feel like the conversation is appropriate to have now at the moment, as long as it's respectful though. Like, that's the key for me. Like, I don't think people should be getting online and calling her stupid, because I understand she probably got friends that get it. She got, you know, she may have already had some of it before.
Well, what if, okay, let me play devil's advocate one more time.
Okay.
She's not happy with her body. She doesn't get the surgery. Now she's going through mental health. And decides she's that upset with her body, she starts to do stuff that could possibly harm herself as a woman.
Well, I mean, that's what help is for. That's what you go get help for. Like, what? So the basis to that would be to just go get surgery instead of, if you having mental health issues about your body, instead of actually going to get mental health help.
But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying.
You're going through the same risk.
What?
You can potentially go through that mental health. 9 times out of 10.
Listen.
No, I'm saying you still got the same chances of somebody you going through that for some years.
I ain't saying, like, my whole thing was never. My thing was never not don't get the surgery, right? I don't agree with the timing behind it, but she's her own person. But I feel like if you having a new or having the old body that you had is that tied into your mental health, then I would prefer, before you go get surgery, to actually go seek help, and like to the point, because you're hurting yourself because you don't have your old body. I would rather you actually go get help. There are people who probably speak to people in Afghanistan who got their legs blown off, right? And do things and want to kill themselves. You can definitely get help if your issue is like, hey, my body not the same. I done had this X amount of kids and I'm not happy with myself to the point where I'm physically harming myself. That's a deeper issue than you getting the surgery, because usually when you get the surgery, people who start getting surgery, it's not enough. They still want to get more. They still want to improve this. Once they see, okay, man, my tummy look good. Now I want to get my arms done. Now I want to get this. You know what I mean? Tracy said some people don't realize they suffer from body dysmorphia. Yeah, I mean, it definitely happens. I'm not saying that none of that happened. All I'm saying is, I'm just like, your example is like you're saying, like, I get what you're trying to say, but I just feel like there's deeper issues than just getting surgery. Like if you hurting yourself because you don't got your old body, that's a deeper issue than just getting surgery. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it could just be simply that they not happy with their body.
So you're gonna hurt yourself.
No, I'm saying they gonna get the surgery, which is, I mean, we gotta look at the percentage of people that get BBLs that die from it versus how many people.
It ain't even about just dying either. It's about just people that have the complications that come with it though too. You know what I'm saying? And how many people is dying years later? K Michelle almost died from that shit. They had to like do an exit.
But I mean, that's different. She went to somebody that wasn't certified doctor to do
Bro, you think
shit.
everybody going to certified doctors? That's the problem too. They say like people go to doctors and this is happening, but people ain't just going to that too. You know, and I don't want to go hop on it too much longer, but I'm just saying like, like I say, I'm gonna just keep saying it, and this is my last time saying it. I just feel like I understand completely what people are saying. I do think it's more so of a respect thing. I don't think it's about necessarily what you're saying, it's how you say it. And I just think that you could pay your respects, but I also feel like we do sweep shit under the rug. People tell you, hey, you shouldn't, you don't need to be talking about that. She died, da 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 da. And people, I just think the awareness should be that people really need to realize how dangerous these surgeries are. That's all I'm saying.
And
like,
I mean,
that's a conversation to be had.
Okay, so I don't feel like the people, 90% of the people on Instagram or whatever, are qualified to even explain that to somebody. I'm not qualified.
Bro, just because you...
I mean, you talking about it, but we don't know.
No. I can't let you say that. You can sit there and say you're not qualified to say that, but the common denominator is that we know what's dangerous. If you know that, hey, if you say, hey, don't go around this road over there, it's dangerous. The curve is very deep, or it comes up quick. Are you going to be the are you not qualified to say that? Or do you need to be the dude with the damn camera that checks out the road and the features of it? No, we know under a basis, anytime you go under surgery, it's a possible complication that could come with that. We know that if somebody's cutting into your skin, sucking fat from another place, put it in another place, we know that that's dangerous. You don't have to be qualified to know that. We know that that's dangerous. I didn't necessarily bring up facts saying this is the percentages. We just saying it's dangerous. It is dangerous. Everybody can say that.
It's dangerous having a baby, but you're not gonna tell a woman not to have a baby.
It is dangerous having a baby, but if I tell you, hey, it's dangerous having a baby, maybe we need to look into our doctor, or we need to look into what type of insurance we have. We need to figure this out, or what's the best way to deliver this baby. That's not, no, I'm not qualified to say that. No, nigga, that's common sense. If we can say that for anything in life, what you saying, we can say that for anything in life. We can say, you're not qualified to say that. We do that all the time. If a nigga go get his barber license and he push your shit back and you say, hey nigga, I think you pushed my hairline back, and he say, you're not qualified to say that, you gonna look at that nigga like he's stupid, right?
I think you're missing my point, man. Maybe I ain't explaining. No. Maybe I ain't explaining.
I get what you're trying to say. All I said was it's dangerous, and then you said I feel like it's not people not qualified.
I feel like
to say that.
I mean that's a given that it's dangerous. But as far as like telling somebody, you shouldn't do that, or you should think twice about that. Like, it's dangerous. Everybody knows. But
see, that was your response to it. I said I never said that somebody. I didn't say that. I never said you shouldn't get it. I said people just need to realize that this is a very dangerous procedure that you're getting. That's it. Like, people need to realize how dangerous it is. So I'm not saying don't get it, but I'm saying, and like I said earlier, I don't know what due diligence she did. All I'm saying is, like, make sure that, like, do you think a lot of people don't even probably go see their real physician, their real doctor, the person whoever delivered their baby, shit like that. You need to be talking to those people before you getting surgeries like that, because they probably can tell you, hey, I don't think that your body need, the last delivery was very traumatic. I don't know if you need to be getting that because la 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 la. What I'm saying is, exercise every option before you actually get this. Like, people get caught up in just going to get it. I'm not here. BBLs is here to stay, bro. I already know that. I just think people need to go and do due diligence, make sure everything, they're in good health to get that. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not knocking what she did. She may have took every precaution that she did, but we just got to be a little bit more mindful, because I know not everybody's doing that, Yeah. So rest in peace to her, though. Rest in peace to Miss Jackie O. DC Young Fly, condolences to her family as well. Her, kids. Now it's dangerous out here, man. Gunna dropped that new bread and butter, and people was wondering what angle Gunna was gonna take before, when he dropped some music. And it looked to me like Gunna came ready to talk some shit.
Hey, he ain't backing down for nobody.
I'm gonna read you some things, and then I'm gonna say who he probably talking about, right? These are the lyrics. He said, "You switched on me when you know you in business with a rat. And that boy that's like your brother, ain't nobody speak on that. The city see it clearly if I had to state a fact. You still fought with a nigga that then got your partner whacked."
Who's
all right, the first line. You switched on me when you know you're in business with a rat. He talking to Lil Baby.
About P?
About P. P basically came out, and remember we talked about that? P basically said, hey, yeah, I don't go by the street rules, right? I was in the streets, but I don't operate by the street rules. That's what he said.
In so many words.
Now, we had a conversation about that, and we was like, but you signed street artist.
Damn, nigga, Leo Core, goddamn street artist.
No. What I'm saying is, you signed street artist. Dude, though, like, you signed Lil Baby. Lil Baby is a street artist that go by those rules, right? So, do you respect what Gunna's saying is like, you're a street nigga, and you separated yourself away from me, and Gunna saying he don't feel like he told, right? Like, you don't know the whole story, or you don't understand. Basically saying he don't think he told.
Which I still agree with him.
But he's saying, but you are doing business with a well-known rat in the city. Is Lil Baby selective politic?
No, this is my difference with this.
Mm-hmm.
P said he don't go by street rules. He's not putting himself as I'm a street nigga category.
Okay.
It's no different than these other big white executive companies that bring in all the street rappers and let them do their thing, and sign them and shit. It's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were referring to Gucci, which signs a lot of street rappers, Gucci ain't never had nothing to come out saying he was a snitch, and he's, still tied to him. I think that's the difference with that one.
Wait, I don't get what you're saying about Gucci. I'm confused.
I'm saying, like, it'd be different if Gucci was known as a snitch.
Okay.
Which Gucci has also always proclaimed himself as a street nigga.
Okay.
If Gucci was doing that, like, if it was Lil Baby and he was signed to Gucci, and Gucci was a known snitch, that line would have had some more. It would have meant more. But since P is putting himself in the category of not being a street nigga, not living by the street code, then that automatically it don't matter. Because if you know this nigga's not a street nigga, he don't go by street rules, it don't matter what he do as the CEO of the company that he signed to. Like, that's his nigga, that's his right hand. It don't matter. Because he's not a street nigga.
Okay. I get that. I somewhat agree with that. I think the only pushback I would say is this. If you think about it, I guess nobody ever asked him. P ain't never said nothing. But when did P start believing in? That'd be my question. When did people start saying, like, I don't believe in these street rules? Because we could look at it like on some Troy Ave shit. Because you know how Troy Ave was. Like, Troy Ave was like, nigga, I don't believe in the streets. And that was after he actually got caught up in some street shit that he really got in trouble with. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what do, like, when do we feel like that? Now, we can't say when or whenever we don't know P's life. But Lil Baby, it is some, put it like this, it is some selective politicking, bro. We gotta be honest. It's selective politicking. The reason I'm gonna say that is because Lil Baby, you a street nigga, you believe certain rules. You think that P is a street nigga, y'all done said that. You knew P from the streets, coming in certain trap houses, this, that, and the third, right? He
that
told,
I think
P did, first of all, if you hustling in the streets,
that don't make you a street
he
nigga.
Said he was a street nigga though. He just said, now he said in interviews that he was a street nigga. Now he's just said, when he addressed that, he said, I don't believe in the street rules. But he said he's a street nigga. Like, I know that he said that. Now, I don't know when that happened.
How many times has Baby said, I'm not gonna snitch, I'm not a rat, I don't do this, I don't snitch.
You talk about that shit all the time.
Alright, how many times have you heard P say that?
I mean, P's not a rapper, bro.
I'm just saying,
what
like,
do you mean?
but you've never heard him like in a like when shit was coming out about Gunna snitching and shit. He's never addressed nobody
because
else
P just don't talk. He don't talk. That's his demeanor. I'm not. Listen,
I'm saying the reason why I say Gunna's line don't mean shit because, like I said, I gotta go back to Gucci or somebody like that. There's somebody that's making known snitching. Let's say it's Boosie. Boosie is no snitch, no nonsense when it comes to snitching.
But this is why I'm about to say it's selective politicking, right? Because P's birthday was yesterday. And Gucci Mane wished him a happy birthday, right? But Gucci Mane, you don't like rats. You didn't rap about how much you don't like rats. You talking about how you went to prison because a nigga told on you, that nigga tried to show it to your video shoot, you ain't fuck with him. Like, there's a million instances of Gucci Mane saying how he hate rats, right?
Street nigga rats.
Boosie hate rats. He ain't got a word to say about P. He hate rats, period. He's a no nonsense type of nigga when
unless
it comes
it's
to that,
T.I.
right? Even what you mean?
I'm just talking shit.
No. What I'm saying, he went on T.I. too.
I know.
So all I'm saying is he's a no. He even said in the interview yesterday, Boosie said if T.I. did that, like, he knows I don't respect that, but I jumped the thing too quick. That's neither here nor there. Boosie talking about, he was in the interview talking about how he still fuck with P. How he fuck with P. Not, it wasn't about ratting. He was saying like, I fuck with P, la. So my whole thing is selective politicking because Boosie, you way harder on other niggas than you are with P. The difference is we gotta understand P is a boss, bruh.
P is not a street nigga.
When you got money, man,
he's not going by street
P
code.
is not currently a street nigga. He was a street nigga for sure. He didn't mention that. He didn't say it. I can't let him off the hook like that. What I will say is, I just necessarily don't care, in my personal opinion. I don't care. I don't like the way that it was senseless, the way that they saying it was, how senseless it was. I ain't rocking with that. But I can't allow niggas to say that P wasn't no street nigga. You was definitely a street nigga. I don't know if he was a street nigga at that moment when you got shot and all that. I don't know. He could have already turned his life around, you feel me? So I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, my only thing I was saying, like, I do think Gunna has a point, but the thing about it is Gunna's not the boss that P is. So that's why. And you already locked in with a contract. That nigga changed your life, changed Baby's life. So, yeah, I think he just fell away from Gunna because he's like, hey, bruh. I don't know, like, and he's like, Thug is my real homeboy. Like, that's my partner.
Who said that?
No, I think that's the way Baby think. Like that's my partner. You feel me? Like you know, him and Thug's close. So I think it's like, yo, you affected Thug trial, like,
he's probably gonna affect him even more. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
That has more to do with that. Why he's so big on not fucking with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get it. You know what I mean? Keep talking.
Man, I don't know. I just think that with the whole P situation, P ain't P ain't a street nigga. P ain't a street nigga. And if he said it,
nah, B,
it
you
is what it
goddamn.
is.
I ain't gonna lie, B. You goddamn. You on some bullshit right now, bro.
How? If P is somewhere saying he's not a street nigga,
Bro,
you
the
can't,
nigga
he's
said,
not holding
so
himself.
what is a street nigga then?
The street. I mean, you could be
I'm
in the street
confused.
selling. I mean, you gotta go by that code. Let me not say street nigga, but he don't go by that code.
So I'm sitting here telling you that I've seen P in multiple interviews say that he was a street nigga. You know that, right?
You know what I'm saying?
So, but you keep saying he's not a street nigga.
Well, he don't go by street nigga code. All right, he don't go by the code. His code is different.
So this is what I'm saying. That's P's prerogative. I get it. But Lil Baby, I've seen Lil Baby rap and talk about the street code that he lived by. I done seen Boosie talk about the street code that he lived by. I done seen Gucci talk about the street code
Man, she can get on here.
that he lived by. And all I'm saying is, niggas fuck with P. P is a powerful person with money. That's why P gets away with actually avoiding the politics of the street. That's all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. So Leroy, we talking about, this is the conversation we having, right? Mm-hmm. Gunna, you know how Gunna dropped that track, and he came hard at Lil Baby. Mm-hmm. And in one of them, he said like, you still doing business with a rat, like basically saying like, you fell back off of me, but you ain't been in with a rat. P basically had said like, yeah, I did tell, right? Mm-hmm. Now P said in the past that he was a street nigga, but then when he got caught up in his situation where he got shot and his homeboy got shot, he said, and he addressed the whole snitching thing because it was pretty evident. The paperwork said that he snitched. He said, I don't go by the street code. I never wanted to be in the streets. I was asking, does Gunna have a point when he calls out Baby for fucking with, like, your CEO is a rat, and he's saying, you live by this code and you not fucking with me, but your nigga, that nigga is a rat. Like you don't have a problem with him. Is it selective politicking going on?
Very selective. Everybody picking on Gunna. Right. Let's be honest, dog. Gunna ain't the only one that took the plea deal. Why? Everybody on his head because he was a big artist, like a mainstream.
Nobody
artist.
matters.
That's not my argument, bro. Huh? My whole thing with Gunna,
but did he really snitch?
I don't think he snitched. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he snitched.
He just took the plea deal, like all them other.
Like you said, he ain't took the stand. He's not gonna take.
I think what he did was very potentially can be harmful for the case.
But everybody else had already did it.
He walks the gray line of snitching and what you did being harmful for the case. You could also say what he did encouraged other people to take plea deals.
But he wasn't the first
that affected. He was the first one.
No, he was the first one.
He was the first one. He literally got out before everybody else.
The way they on do, you would have thought he got on the stage like 6ix9ine and was like, he was the one that drove the car when we did. He ain't do none of that, bro.
I feel that.
He took the plea and called it a rap, but
do you think that his point is valid? That's all I'm asking.
Very valid, bro. Because you want to be honest, what's still different between him and what's his name we just talking about? Baby manager.
So wait, let's talk about this real quick. Cause he also said that was just about P. He also said then, and the boy that's like your brother, ain't nobody speak on that. So he got a homeboy named Lil Steve. Mm-hmm. Lil Steve also go by G5, right? Mm-hmm. G5 is another nigga who's a rat. Right? There's literally a nigga in prison that's showing the paperwork. He's like, this nigga told on me. I'm still in prison right now, and Lil Baby hang with this nigga, right? Mm-hmm. So, is that valid? Like you hanging out with rats, but you falling back for me?
Oh man, this whole thing could go either way, but at the same time, I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like Lil Baby doing it because all the other artists is like
He following the leader.
following.
I don't think that's
You think
right.
it's bad
I think
for
he's
his
doing
image?
it. I think Lil Baby doing it more so because he fucked with Thug hard, and I feel like it affected.
I think it's a little bit of both.
He feels like it affected Thug.
But then Gunna, was it a Thug? They wanted to put him on the rapping. Which one was it? That was Thug, right? Then they make him like basically force him to rap.
You out? All right, bro.
Then they
No, I think Thug got Baby to rap.
right. It was Thug and one Gunna.
Thug got Baby to rap, but Gunna taught him the structure of rapping.
Oh,
He used to literally help him write lyrics, write
I
bars
get that,
for
but
him.
you got my nigga that's my nigga. And his
Baby rap, pushed him. He said he was too good for what he was doing.
Yeah.
I feel like that was more so Gunna shit was just. I feel like Gunna is like, yo, why you stop fucking with me? He's not seeing Baby Point. Baby Point's like, yo, you look like a rat. I can't fuck with you. You got my dog locked up.
You know what this is?
It is what it is.
You know what this is? This is all just for the public. Like, not like they're Gunna don't want to look like a snitch. Lil Baby don't want to fuck with Gunna because maybe there's some personal feelings involved behind that, but he also don't want to be the first nigga to fuck with Gunna. And then the fans get on him like, nigga, you fucking with rats.
Who gonna be the first one? Y'all think?
I think Gunna is probably. If I would give advice to Gunna, I think Gunna's still big enough to find like pop stars and singers and stuff to get on his records, like the Chloe Baileys. Or
No, I'm saying, who you think the first?
I think that's what he should do. I don't think that he should fuck with.
the first rapper is gonna fuck with Gunna.
I don't.
You know who I think it's gonna be?
It ain't gonna be Thug.
It's gonna be the Baby.
The Baby.
The Baby.
That ain't gonna be Thug, bro. Thug gonna get out soon.
I think when Thug get out, he gonna
He
squash
just
all
got
that
a bond
shit.
here and then shit happen.
But Thug still supporting Gunna though.
Where you see that at?
Yeah, supported his shit on his
And he deleted it.
Oh, he deleted
His
it?
team.
They don't know.
who
We don't know.
controls
Oh, somebody ain't
Instagram.
probably controlling it.
But my thing is, I think if Thug gets out and say clear this shit up, which I think he is, everything gonna go back to normal.
I don't know. We'll see. Allegedly, his sister and all the people that talk to him saying like he don't feel that way.
I don't give a damn who say it. If it don't come out of Thug mouth,
He
I ain't
can't talk
really-
about it right now.
I know he can't. That's what I'm saying. When he's able to, it's gonna be a
That was
while.
wild to me, dog. Dude did not get
So
on
then
the
he
stand.
said, he said you still fuck with a nigga that got your partner whacked. Do y'all know the story behind that?
Mm-mm.
I don't want to get too federal, but allegedly it's always been a rumor, right? 21 Savage, you know how he fucked with Nudie. They basically 4L Slaughter Gang. That's like one entity.
Yeah.
Baby Drill is a rapper. He like 20.
I think I remember you telling me.
He's signed to 4L, right? He is rumored, and he definitely, let's say that even if he didn't do it, he alludes to those rumors like he did it, that he's the one who killed Marlo. And we know how Marlo was super close to Baby.
Yeah.
Now, when Marlo got killed, allegedly Marlo was putting bags on everybody's head. It started because he was beefing with a nigga that was from like 4L. That was like smashing his baby mama. Leslie, that nigga's unalived. He's not alive right now, right? So basically he's saying like that Marlo went crazy and started putting bags on everybody head. Allegedly he put one on 21 Savage head. Baby Drill allegedly killed her. Baby, when Marlo died, I did realize he kind of said like, "Hey man, you in them streets, you doing whatever you doing, that's what come with it." That's basically like his thing. They said he hanging out, he still fuck with 21 Savage heavy, and he's even mentioned Baby Drill on Instagram like, "I'm listening to his music right now, I fuck with it, bro, hard," type shit. Do we think does Gunna have a point with that? Like, you mad at me, but you hanging with niggas that got your partner whacked.
Bro, he got a valid ass point, dog. But that shit is true. Like I said, man, what it sounds like to me is Lil Baby, he falling in suit, falling in line with the other rapper, not trying to mess with Gunna because he's a rat.
So you think that basically
He don't want to hurt his
he's more involved now with the politics of the music industry,
Of course, bro.
and his image,
Yes.
more than he necessarily is with the streets.
Yes. Like, come on, dog. He slick went commercial in the sense if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Little baby. Slick went commercial. So he trying to fall in line.
First of all, I don't have no problem with what Lil Baby's doing. Let me make that out there. I don't have a problem. I get it, bro. Like you just just tell the truth, bro. Like you
I think Lil Baby
went
commercial.
He slick with commercial.
I mean, to get to the line of success he does, there's got to be some type of commercial.
I feel like he
got like Sprite commercials, all kind of shit like that, bro. You think they want to lose endorsements or like just lose steam because he's hanging out with Gunna and they saying he snitched and his?
I don't think that his image in the.
Look at what Gunna going through.
No, I'm saying if you talking about as far as crossing over, shit, it'd be better for him to work with Gunna. I'm talking about. Are you talking about the street image? Or are you talking about like
his image?
Like to get
that shit all intertwined together?
No, because he's still gonna have that Sprite deal of him and goddamn Gunna work together.
But
they don't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he's not gonna. No. Let me break this down. He's not gonna lose a Sprite deal for fucking with Gunna, right?
Yeah.
But baby, he has two sides. He has the street side and he has the industry side, right?
He would lose niggas in the industry.
No. You'll lose niggas in the streets, and you supposed to be like the street rapper, the number one street rapper. So you don't want to tarnish your image on some goofy shit, because if you tarnish your image, then less people listen to you, more criticism you get, which means the less hot you get, which means the less endorsements you get, which means the less love you get. People not, you know what I mean? Your song might not get played on the NBA finals, like because you're not hot.
No.
How do you not get what I just said?
Bro, that shit made no sense.
Is that not what happens?
Bro, regardless of the fact, Baby has put himself in a position that no matter what, if he works with Gunna or not, he's still gonna have the big endorsements. He's still gonna have the big songs that's on the radio. That's not gonna affect. That's not gonna affect the niggas that's listening to him. The white kids listen to him. The non-street niggas that listen to him. Only thing that he would lose would be the street respect. He's already up here now to the point that
if you lose the street respect and you're a street rapper, things go downhill from there. He's not willing to take that chance.
Isn't that the same thing that happened with 6ix9ine though? When he like considered a street rapper before all this shit came out?
He was considered a street rapper.
Look what he doing now, bro. He in Colombia.
And he still has his core white fan. Like he still has a fan base.
Mexican fan base. He don't have nobody as a fan.
He has the Mexican, he has the white, he ain't got the black people, but the black people still gonna fuck with Baby. It's just gonna be the street niggas. And that's just a small percentage. That's why street rappers ain't as big as your commercialized rappers.
But he's one of the only street rappers that's as big as he is commercially as well.
Right, so he might lose some respect in the streets.
He don't want to lose respect in either one.
I get that
because one affects the other potentially.
Nah, I don't think that it affects.
If you think that's not what they doing, you crazy, my boy. If you think that that's not what he thinking, you crazy.
Cause niggas say shit all the time. Oh, the nigga crossed over. He
B
a pop
fuck up
rapper.
the money, bro.
He's doing that.
What do people say all the time? B fuck up the money, bro. That street shit fuck up the money, bro. Straight
Not
up.
the big bag.
So I'm gonna avoid you because I'm trying to get this bag. The streets fuck up the money. All right, so we gotta speed through the other couple things that he said.
Supposedly the guest 4 minutes away. We
ain't even gotta worry about what he said about Lil Durk.
Nah, what he said?
He said, okay, you wanna hear what he said? He said, heard a nigga talking on me cause of slack. So he's saying like basically like I only know you through Thug, like we not really partners like that. I'm talking about Durk. You remember Durk got on Academics and was like he told or whatever. Then he says these rap boys need more streams. Heard he put my name on wax. And remember the snippet that broke out. It was like what happened to Virgil. He probably gonna tell. Like you remember they had the song what happened to Virgil. So he played off of that, and he's saying like this niggas really talking. How you think we done got snatched? Let me see. So that's basically what he said about. He said that about him. Oh yeah, that's them right there. And he said something like, "I can get him hit, but I'ma just chill and see how it go." But he said he won't smoke with me. Ain't in my time zone. I'm thinking he's saying that because like he's saying like nigga, this Atlanta business. You live in Chicago. Like stay out of Atlanta business type shit.
I thought that nigga don't live.
Yeah, just walking.
I seen him just say he don't. I seen him say he don't live in Atlanta no more. He said when he did the academics interview, he said I don't live in Atlanta no more. He could just be throwing niggas off.
He better say that.
I mean, he had a shootout in his crib. So I don't know. What's up, y'all? Come on in. Come on in. Y'all make some room. Hi, kids.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, kids. Come in real quick,
I
man.
feel like we should have saved that first one for now.
No, we're gonna come back to it. That's why I said we ain't gonna dig too deep into it, but we're gonna come back to it. Alright, go ahead. We got the hookah experts over there. Alright. What's up, Tasia, reoccurring guest?
Hey.
What's
Where's the
going
hookah
on? I gotta get some. We gonna get it all. We gonna get it all squared away.
I miss y'all. I miss the boys.
So look, we talking about Gunna and the track he put out. You heard
The
it?
one, the bread and butter.
Yeah. You
I
heard
like it.
She heard
I love it too.
Yeah. I mean, I just
Oh no, the
listened
song
to it.
fire.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like so did you listen to it and like realize what he was talking about?
No, I just briefly heard the song. So
Okay, so
maybe I gotta re-listen to
he
it.
did a quick. Okay, so we're gonna keep it quick because we gotta move off on this topic. But he basically said he was addressing Lil Baby. He
Okay.
said you fell back for me, but you do business with a rat.
Okay.
Remember a couple weeks ago, it came out that P.
Yeah, I saw your.
Was yeah. He put some information out on niggas, and he didn't really deny it. P used to be in the streets. He was a street nigga from what he said. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he was when that particular incident happened. He could have changed his life, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
He also was talking about how Lil Baby, it's a nigga around him that's like the streets in Atlanta is saying that nigga's a snitch. They got paperwork out on him, but you didn't not fuck with him. Mm-hmm. And then they saying like allegedly, Lil Baby is still hanging out with niggas who killed his homie.
Okay.
Then now he's coming at Dirk because remember Dirk said some shit about Gunna.
Okay.
He said that man told. He's
Dirk.
basically saying like, nigga, I don't even know you like that. Like I only
Yeah.
know you because of thug type shit. And he was saying also as well, he basically said something to him about like you're not even from Atlanta. Like
Yeah.
you're not from this time zone. Like you live in a whole nother time zone. Like you from Chicago, stay in Chicago business.
Okay.
So a lot of street politics. He said he was talking tough and everything. Do we think that he had valid points, and do we think that this is the route that Gunna should have took?
He absolutely has valid points. Why wouldn't he speak on anything? I mean, they spoke on him. Why he can't speak on them? But also, too, it does take away from what Gunna did. You still did what you did.
Yeah.
So you feel like Gunna snitch?
I feel like if he was in the courtroom, he should have just said nothing at all. Just nothing.
Even if he didn't snitch, he gotta realize the optics, man.
Right.
Because I didn't like. He also said on the song, this is what I didn't like. He said the DA tricked me, or like they tricked
He's
me.
lying.
Nah,
He's
that's
lying.
one thing I'm not agreeing with you, my boy.
Yeah, he's
you
lying.
didn't get tricked.
How do you know them questions? He didn't know them exact questions was coming.
Oh, but if Gunna's
have
from
to
the
answer it. He
streets,
didn't have to say that.
knows. He
Yeah.
knows. You know what
He already
comes with
signed the
that.
paperwork.
Yeah, you should have looked over the paperwork.
Them
What are
pa-
you agreeing to? What are you agreeing to?
Your life is on the line.
Yeah,
Basically,
like, what are you
you should have been
agreeing to?
reading. Yeah.
I'm gonna read every part of that agreement.
And
He ain't
you
took-
know.
Niggas send plea agreements back.
Then, as far as being tricked, when you dealing with police and feds and all that stuff, you know anything they tell you could be a lie. It works out in their favor every single time. It does not matter, no matter what they tell you. It just,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It's not. You know that their best interest is not you.
You
They're not looking
ever-
out for your best interest.
Ever.
They're looking out for their best interest.
No matter what they tell you, ever.
Yeah. So I'm with y'all on that. Like I don't agree with that part. I'm 100% against that part. I'm kind of on the fence with other shit he be saying, like back and forth. I get both points, but on that one, stop saying they tricked you. You 29 years old.
Yeah.
You know how to read. You have a lawyer that has your best interest,
He
allegedly.
just said his lawyer tricked him too.
I didn't hear him say
He
that.
said the lawyer and the DA tricked him.
I just know you could just read. If anything,
They're not gonna tell you the exact question they gonna
bro,
ask.
you could have took your time and been like, I need to go back and think about it. He was ready to get out of jail. If he didn't read it, he was just ready to get out of jail. I'm gonna sign it. I'm getting out of here.
But I
you
feel
could've just
like
read.
anything that he said, he wasn't the first person to say it, bro.
Shout out to Poochie.
Oh shit, Poochie in there.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing. Like I said, my boy tripping. I mean, boy tripping if he's saying he tricked him. You a grown ass man, you gotta take responsibility for that.
I just feel like you can't trust what a police officer says when it comes to your life being on the line or you in a court case or stuff like that. I just,
That's a fact. All right, shout out to that. So Boosie and Ralo went at it. Did y'all see that?
I saw Boosie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it in short term because this shit just went all over the place. We all know Ralo had a situation where they were saying he was snitching. Me particularly, when I looked at the whole thing and just looked at the whole situation, I don't think Ralo snitched. I think Ralo tried to be slick and he was gonna pay somebody to take the fall for what he did.
He got
like
tricked.
His homeboy, he was trying to. No, he didn't get tricked. He was gonna pay his homeboy. That's like me. Okay, let's say this. I'm going to jail, right? I just got caught with a whole bunch of pounds. I'll be like, B, I'll pay you $500,000 if you take this charge from me.
Nigga, that's the other way around.
And then B be like this, nigga, I'm down. I'll do it. And then I'm like, all right, now look. You know that basically I gotta make it look. I gotta, we gotta go through the legal procedures for this. So I gotta tell them I'm gonna give you up this, that, and the third for me to get a better deal, right? Like I'm willing to work this out so I can get out, and they gonna come pick you up. So then when I talk to the police and I'm trying to set the play up, they like, nah, we ain't buying this shit. Basically, they didn't buy what Ralo was selling, and so Ralo ended up having to do his whole sentence. Now, on paper, when you look at the transcripts, it looked a little crazy. And he explained it. When he explained it to one of his homeboy was like, man, this nigga a rat. I'm looking at the paperwork. His homeboy got to recording the conversation, but like when he put the conversation out, he like edited the footage. He's taking stuff out. And so now it sounds like it makes Ralo look crazy.
Yeah, because why would you...
Yeah. Niggas don't want to be wrong. Like it's not like Ralo said something and he explained it to him, but bruh because he said like he on the thing saying like I had to make it look juicy for him, but that's him saying like nigga I'm trying to make it look juicy for them so they can bite. So basically they ended up whatever. Boosie
That's the
and I
only way
talking
we
about.
Get this nigga Jay Franks to comment on some shit. Had to get goddamn women in here.
So Boosie, he brought it up. He brought it up in the Breakfast Club interview he did yesterday. He said, "Man, I just lost another homeboy, Ralo. Man, they saying he a rat. I can't fuck with him." But I don't think it just from the way that Boosie was responding, I could tell. I don't think Boosie.
He didn't do no research.
He didn't do no research,
Yeah,
right?
He didn't do shit
He
because
did.
if he would have did his research on that one, I don't even think he would have spoke on it.
Because he literally just said, "I heard the recording, nigga." Well, then you heard the recording. First of all, if you heard the recording and you didn't look up the whole conversation and hear the edited part, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Boosie to me is like one of my favorite rappers. And he can't do shit wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
Boosie's the type that goddamn open up Twitter, saw the goddamn recording, listened to it, like, oh, that nigga a rap. That's it. It's cut and dry.
Yeah.
So you prove to me, you guilty till proven innocent.
I don't think he didn't give him a chance to prove it. He just said, "I don't fuck with you."
Exactly.
And but
if somebody
this is the issue. This is the issue.
It's the same thing like with him and T.I.
Exactly,
He heard that,
but
and he
no.
got mad. I'm not saying it's right. He heard that shit, didn't even pick up the phone and call like, bro, what the fuck they talking about?
So that was my question. Because he got on Breakfast Club when they asked him about T.I., he said, "I apologize to T.I. because I should have actually hit his phone up and talked to him before." And he turned around and did the same shit to Ralo.
Because that's just how Boosie is. That's just what he do.
First of all, do we think Boosie is flawed
No.
in this situation? So you don't think he's flawed in this situation?
He's consistent.
Does Boosie not mind his business?
No.
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 This
Do
how
you
he
think
get.
do you think that it's cool for Boosie to be like living in Atlanta and he's basically like putting his business in all this Atlanta shit and now he's making enemies in Atlanta? Do you think that's the smartest way to go for him?
No. I think he just talked too much and he's just going to talk regardless. That's just
I don't
who
think
he
he
is.
give a fuck. He ain't. When has Boosie ever been?
I think he talking just to keep these interviews and shit going.
Shit, I mean that's what I'm saying. He's still getting paid. Now he will, like I said, how he backtracked and admitted how he was wrong. He'll admit if he wrong, but shit, he just gonna speak on what he see first. He gonna speak on it and ask questions later.
So you think you don't think that's flawed?
How's that flaw? He consistent.
So the same. I mean, he apologized to T.I.
Exactly.
So clearly he did something wrong.
He did.
So that's not flaw. If you did something wrong, that's
saying
flaw,
he's
Brandon.
consistent.
Do you know the definition of flaw?
Yeah.
He's consistently flawed.
That's it.
What are you talking about?
He's. I mean,
You're not like
He's keeping it 100 regardless.
You hear
He hears
yourself?
some shit. He speak on it. He just speak.
You hear some shit and you speak on it without knowledge.
It's flawed
of
if he
behind
heard
it. Now it's flawed. So is it?
No,
so you're saying it's flawed?
if he ain't come back and retract it. You know,
No.
You
The
can
damage is
do some
done,
shit
Brandon.
and admit that you was wrong.
Taja, what you think?
I think he's consistently flawed. I think he's flawed, but it's Boosie, so we accept it. It is what
People
it is.
love. He's entertaining.
And he like to hear himself talk too.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Brandon, if a rumor was out about you and you know that this rumor ain't true, you fighting for your life about this rumor, right? And I hear it and it get back to me and I say, man, fuck that nigga Brandon. He do his shit. Fuck him. I ain't fucking with him. Would you not expect me as your partner to hit your line first and not speak on it?
Yeah. But what I'm
Would
saying,
you call me flaw for doing that?
No, because that's not what you always. No, I'm saying I will call you flawed for doing that. Only because you're not the type that just when you hear something you speak on it without knowing facts. You do your due diligence.
My next question.
Always getting the facts.
This is my next question. So now, if I come back a month later and I say, "Hey, bruh, you wasn't wrong. I was wrong." You could tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I would think that maybe you would be like, it's cool, but you would definitely still kind of feel a way about it. Like, this nigga just really jumped out the window. And then you see he consistently does that with all of his friends. Like, I do that with my friends. You would be like, I don't respect it.
I'm just saying he consistently does it, so you know what to expect from your friend. I know what to expect from all my friends in different situations. I wouldn't expect you to do that. So I'm gonna feel like you flawed if you did that, cause you gonna pick up the phone.
I wouldn't expect none of my friends to do that shit. Just holler at me.
I'm saying I don't really have nobody in my. I know some folks that I call my homies that might do some shit like that without speaking to me first, and I don't put it past them. I'm like, yo, it is what it is.
So do you blame Ralo for not wanting to fight Boosie? Like, he want to fight Boosie now. He been going to his head talk. He said, I want a welcome home fight when I get out of jail. I want a welcome home fight. That's what he said.
Hey, nigga, go ahead and
Taja,
put this shit. And y'all all make some money off this.
I don't think it's that serious. I really don't, for him to be fighting him.
Wow. To be getting out of jail and fighting niggas,
Right,
that is kind of
At
crazy.
least he ain't
You
talking about
know-
I'm gonna get out and kill you. Niggas need a squabble every now and then. Ain't nothing wrong for a
I
squabble.
can
You
just move
spoke,
the mic over a little bit.
you spoke
Y'all
on my
need to-
name. Now we gonna fight about this
Yeah,
shit.
it can turn
And then we
like
gonna
that.
be straight after that. Now that I know the truth.
Hold on, I'll get it for y'all.
I'm gonna just put it on.
Okay. Back right here. Now, what you saying?
I'm just saying, nigga, ain't nothing wrong with a little squabble. Like, nigga, you spoke on my name. Hey, we gonna squabble this shit out.
Bro, he
and
said
then-
that shit on the Breakfast Club in front of millions of people, bro.
Man.
One of the highest syndicated radio shows. Imagine that. Imagine a nigga spoke on your shit. A nigga spoke on your name that you thought was your homie. And he spoke on your name and he was wrong. And he spoke on the radio. While you in jail and can't defend yourself. You wouldn't feel no way?
Nigga, that's why I said it's okay to squabble that. Like, we gonna.
That ain't no squabble. That's like, nigga, I don't fuck with you.
Hey, nigga
You don't think
said.
so?
I mean, he letting them know he want to fight him. I'd rather niggas say that shit, but like, bro, when I see you, nigga, I'ma shoot you or some shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But he said it over the Breakfast Club.
Boosie spoke on Ralo shit saying he was a snitch.
Yeah, I seen that.
So Ralo want to fight him.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with a little
I
fight
think that's
over that.
fair.
Nigga,
I
a little
think
fight.
that's fair. A little friendly fade.
I don't think it's gonna be friendly. I think he like, I don't fuck with this nigga. You talking my name on the radio. And niggas speak about me on the radio in front of millions of people and I'm in jail. Oh, and then he brought it up too. It wasn't like he was asked about it. He brought up Ralo's name. Boosie did.
Are they friends? Do they
Yeah.
have like a rapport?
He said allegedly he out here snitching. I don't even know. This the same thing he did with T.I. He said I don't think that. He said I think he's lying. I think he's just making shit up. So all I'm saying is the proper protocol. If you are a friend of somebody and you doubt you don't know what's going on, nigga, have a conversation with me before you get on the internet and be like, that nigga's a rat.
At least he being consistent.
I would never. He's being consistently wrong. He's being consistently flawed. Like you keep saying it's consistent. That's
You
not
saying
impressive.
this shit to a nigga that called himself Mr. 50.
If you're consistently moving wrong,
But if I said
that's
if I
not
keep-
impressive, Brandon.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Did I say it was impressive?
That's not. What I'm saying
It's
is
just keeping the same energy regardless
that's
if
not
you're a
keeping the
friend or
same
a
energy.
foe.
Being consistently wrong, like that's being a weirdo.
You know what I thought was weird? Like the fact that how Boosie and T.I. was like so close. And
Yeah.
he was saying all of that, and I was just like, y'all been around each other's kids, y'all been in each other's homes. Like, I felt that was really strange for him to say all of that before he knew facts.
That's what he was just saying.
So I feel like, with that being said, like, if I understand you not knowing the facts and somebody asking you something before you have a chance to speak with someone, but I feel like he could have took that another way. And I feel like, after all he said, like, I wouldn't have wanted to be friends with you no more.
Exactly.
Like, because you could have just kept it neutral or been like, I ain't even talked to bro yet, so I can't speak on that. But you like, well, a rat is a rat. And if you did it already, well, you know,
See,
before
my
you even
problem
know.
is Brandon
But
keeps
he's saying if
Brandon
it's a
keeps
friend
saying
or
that's
not-
just Boosie. Well, nigga, just being Boosie is gonna lose a lot of friendship.
But what I'm saying is, he
because
don't
he
care.
don't move like a friend.
He don't care if you're a
move
friend
like
or not a friend. If you're a rat, you're a rat. Until it's proven that you didn't rat.
Okay, well, let's
But
say
that don't mean you
this.
have to get on the radio and say, "Hey, you a rat, rat." You're damaging the relationship, right? You could easily just hit this nigga up. Why do we have nigga? That Ralo shit was a month ago. He sent him a message saying, "Hey, I don't rock with you." Instead of saying, "Hey, bro, can you tell me what's going on before I," you know what I'm saying?
That's his
Doesn't
way.
that make sense?
No, him saying I don't rock with you is his way of saying, "Hey, bro, what the hell going on?"
No, it's not, because then he said Ralo sent him
No,
back. He said
that-
I wasn't hearing it. Did you watch the interview? Hell no, you ain't
You
watch
gotta
the
be
interview.
cold and
If-
shit, bro. Y'all ain't be cold and
If
shit.
you have a relationship
Bro, you
with
gotta get all
someone,
boosted up.
it's like if you have a relationship with someone and you know them well, and
I'm sorry, bro. You camping for Boosie like, is Boosie your uncle or some shit? Because you saying at least he's consistent, and this nigga, we saying we've already established, you did too. You said he's consistently flawed. If
No,
I
I
keep
never said
fucking up
flawed.
and I'm your friend, you gonna be like, well, at least he consistently be fucking up as a friend, and you gonna be cool with that?
If I said I'm consistently, I keep it 50. You don't know if
No,
I'm telling
no.
the truth or I'm lying. I said that. I'm consistent with
You
shit.
say you're 50, like, what were you, who were you 50 with? You weren't 50 with me. You were 50 with, like, the girls you was messing with. You were saying, like, half the time I'm lying to girls. If you were, as a friend, if
Then
you
I
were
would put that just on the
consistently
girl.
50% with
Nigga,
me,
I tell y'all niggas I'm
you
on
wouldn't
the
be my
way and
friend.
I know I'm just now getting dressed. Nigga, I'm keeping it 50.
do
Nah,
that.
see, you talking about shit
Oh,
that's
we
not.
not.
You talking about shit that's not even like important. What would you say to you? You talking about shit that's not important. He really
no,
trying.
I was
discredit my
saying
shit.
make the F. Like, if you, I get if it's like a random celebrity or random situation you don't know about. But if it's someone you have a close rapport with, like, wouldn't you want to know, like, if people are saying something, wouldn't you want to know, like, for yourself, like, what, you know, what's true, what's not true? So, like, I feel like, damn, like, his personal curiosity ain't even make him hit up nobody that he's so close to be like, damn, nigga, is what they saying true? Like, you couldn't even do that?
Quick to get on Vlad.
You should do that.
You
Quick to get on the
should.
Breakfast
Should.
Club,
But that's not
but
what
he
he
quick to
do.
disagree with you though. He quick to say put that label on you, but he ain't quick to ask you before he put the label on you. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is.
I ain't say I was right. I just said he consistent.
Sure,
Y'all
Boosie is
ain't was right.
consistent, y'all.
I said he's consistent.
Yeah, Boosie is right. Boosie consistently wrong. We'll give him the consistency, I guess.
They say consistency is key. Ain't that what y'all always be saying?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Meek Mill. Y'all seen Meek Mill and did that drama went at it. Did y'all see that?
No, I saw it, but I was
Well, really, it was
busy,
just more so Meek Mill twittering.
like before, like
Yeah,
how he used to.
his
I
fingers
didn't,
was twittering.
I
What'd
didn't
he
really
say?
know what they was arguing about because I didn't get deep into it. What
So it started, it was an interview going on. DJ Drama was with another dude who was clearly a super Meek Mill fan, right? So the question that the dude proposed to DJ Drama was he said, "Hey, is Meek Mill the Jay-Z of this generation?"
Oh, I saw that.
And they were having a debate about it, and DJ Drama said, "I think it's Drake. If anybody, it would be Drake. I mean, because he had like 10 summers straight of being the top rapper in the game. So I would say that it's him." So dude was giving his reasons for Meek. You could tell he listened to Meek because it was just like all the shit Meek be saying. Like, he was the first to bring a Wraith to his hood. And da-da-da-da, right? And DJ Drama was saying, like, I get the street aspect, but like in the musical aspect, like, he's closer to that. He's like, I would actually say that Lil Wayne is I would add Lil Wayne in there, right? Before I add Meek Mill. Now, I don't know. I guess him and Meek Mill got some underlying problems, so Meek Mill took offense. He also took offense, allegedly. Remember when DJ Drama had a viral clip when Lil Uzi I Wanna Rock was out, and it was like the hottest song out, and he brought out the Eagles to it. And so he said, I think for this year, that this replaces Dreams and Nightmares. Like, this is the hottest Philly song.
I remember that.
So I guess Meek did not like that, right? He didn't like it, and that turned into a issue. He brought it up in his Twitter rant. So he was saying, like, Drama, you keep on talking about me, and then downplaying me, and I just was ignoring it. But like now you trying me type shit. Even when you said I want to rock, I let that go. I don't even be speaking on y'all DJs. I ain't say nothing about you and Khaled and da 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 da. I guess he got problems with Khaled too. And then he was saying things like, nigga, you don't. Then he started getting like kind of like off subject. Like he was saying like you don't even do charity in Philly because DJ Drama from Philly.
Didn't know that.
He's like, you don't do charity in Philly, and we don't even wear our hats like that in Philly. Like he was going crazy, right? He was going crazy. So my question for y'all would be like, does Meek not get it? Does Meek not get Twitter? Like, do we think he's like one of the most emotional rappers like we've ever seen?
He's
like,
definitely emotional.
Like he's not good with the internet type shit.
He's so emotional, and the crazy thing is like there are other rappers that are emotional. Like Drake is emotional, but I feel like Meek's delivery is what be having everybody like not on his side. Like even with Drake being emotional, Drake will write a song or rap about it, or you'll hear about his feelings in the music. Meek will get on Twitter like he's
a female
down the street, like, and we don't wear our hats like this. Like what?
Like yeah, it's like is that so your problem is with the hat, or is it with the it wasn't like charity? Like I don't like. When did it become what is the real issue here? That's what. No, he sound like one of the birds on Twitter, like arguing and shit.
Yeah, he's like a female.
I just think, yeah, Meek just sensitive, bro. And his way of handling him being sensitive is like how the kids do now. They hop straight online and talk about it instead of picking up the phone or getting to that nigga and just like trying to talk about that shit. I think that's more so. That's just Meek. Just like it's just Boosie.
Jarrell said he's the top 5 worst tweeters ever. Shout out to Jarrell. Go ahead.
But I feel like DJ Drama was just making a factual statement, and that nigga just ain't like that shit.
Yeah, definitely that. I mean, I would agree with even if y'all do have underlying issues, that don't change the fact that man have an opinion.
Yeah.
Musically, we all do, and I feel like you want to so badly let the world know, like, oh no, he's saying this because we got issues behind the scenes. That don't matter. That don't change his opinion. Like,
we're not talking about the person that's at fault here. The person that's at fault is the person that made that comment that Meek Mill was the top.
Yeah.
was the nigga.
That's the real issue.
That's the real issue. That nigga shouldn't have brought that
I
up.
don't even know why he put Meek Mill in that position. Because you know damn well Meek Mill ain't no damn.
I know Meek Mill wouldn't even claim himself as that.
At no point was Meek Mill the hottest rapper in the game.
Now, was he one of the hottest?
Yeah.
Yes. But the hottest? No. And I don't think Meek Mill would even put himself in that position to say some shit like that.
He might, if he feel like a way about it. I feel like everybody think they great. Some are humble, but
on Jay-Z level?
Maybe you do think he is. he might really for real. You know, you gotta think about it. Like, men have egos. He probably do think that he's hotter or done as much work. That don't make it true, but that's probably what he really thinks. I mean, I don't know. I feel like as an artist, like, being that you're an artist, you're an actual artist, like, people gonna have their opinion. I feel like as long as Meek Mill's been in the game, he should know that. He should know that not everybody's gonna think that. So whether y'all have underlying issues or not, like, okay, that's how he feels. So what? Keep pushing. But to go on a whole Twitter rant is emotional.
I mean, that's what I expect for Meek to do.
It also sounds like, it kind of hurt a little bit harder for him because drama from Philly. But, and then he said some weird shit. This one I knew, I was like, all right, put the phone down. He said, I tore his ass up in the A. And it was like, yo, you talking about like what? Like the anus? Or in Atlanta, which that's not the greatest
What do you mean
place.
by that?
Like, why are you speaking this way, sir? You tore him up in the A. Like, that's when, like, he needs somebody to proofread his tweets before he send them out and be like, nope, this don't sound right.
I mean, for a while, he did have somebody that had his phone and keep that nigga out too.
They just kept him off there, but that was weird.
They need to continue to do that because it's not looking good.
Yeah. One more before we get to what scenario and all that other stuff. Ja Morant. Jawarrant. Jawick.
Jawick.
Zamorant. He got all types of nicknames now. The commissioner, Adam Silver, who is basically in charge of his suspension, he said he's waiting to give him his suspension after the NBA Finals because he doesn't want to take away from the two teams that are in the NBA Finals. So he said, but he also said, though, we uncovered some new things about Ja. Like, we found a lot of other things. You know, they were already investigating a lot of different situations with Ja Morant. So he said, like, after that, we will put it out there what his suspension is going to be. Ja recently just unfollowed his friend that was recording him where he decided to pick up the blick. You know, put it to the dome, listen to some Young Boy and everything. So my question is, like, I guess I would say just, first of all, how would you feel if you the friend? Like, you unfollowed the friend, and I don't really think it was necessarily the friend's fault.
It's not.
Like,
You picked up the gun, waving it around, rapping. You did that.
Do we think that was his decision? Do we think that was
It
just
was
like some
his
politic,
decision.
like an
I
image?
think that was a PR decision.
Like a PR decision?
Yeah, I think that's what
like
it
you think
is.
the PR people say you need to unfollow him. Just make it seem like
Them
you
niggas
clean
are
up
probably
your
still
image. Type shit. Like, make it seem like you clean up your image. He trying to get ahead of the suspension, maybe. You know what I mean? Make himself seem a little bit remorseful. Do we think that that's the play, or do we think that he just like, man, fuck that nigga? Like, he thinking like, he shouldn't have been recording me type shit. Like, what do we think?
It's a PR thing. I think they told him he got to do it. Him and his friend probably chopped up. He said, nigga, I follow you from my real page. This is just my celebrity page anyway.
And like, we cool in real life type shit. You think that's what it is?
I think that's what it is.
What you think? What y'all think? And just what y'all think about this whole situation in general?
I mean, I feel like he's young. He's always been like this. All them Instagram posts they pulled.
Yeah.
He's been like this.
They showed him when he was a kid.
Yeah. So I don't think it's fake. I think as far as him unfollowing his friend, I don't know. Maybe it was a PR decision. But it was definitely his decision to pick up the gun. Because it looked like his friend kind of tried to move the camera.
Put the camera away. Yeah.
I honestly feel like anybody that's telling him your friend is the issue is doing a disservice to him and is not helping him hold himself accountable.
Yeah.
It don't matter what your friends are doing. All of us are responsible for our own lives. And I feel like at the end of the day, he's not doing anything out the ordinary that another young nigga wouldn't do, but I do feel like you have a greater responsibility versus your friends, and it's up to your team, your family, your friends to hold you accountable for that. Like, I don't feel like his friends have anything to do with the situation. I don't feel like they're bad influences. None of that, because I feel like he's grown. He's his own person. He's not 17. He's not 18.
Yeah.
He's in his 20s. And on top of that, you have a job. Like, a job. You're not playing for fun. You ain't playing in AAU. You have a job. That is your livelihood. It's up to you to be responsible and not do them things. And even if you want to do that on your own time, you can do it, but it's up to you to say, hey, bro, put the phone down. Like, don't record this. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a code of conduct that the NBA has. When you sign them contracts, They saying, look, this type of shit can breach your contract. This type of shit you can get suspended for. We have a reputation to uphold, and this is the bottom line, the standard that we require. When you sign that contract, you're agreeing to those terms. And not only did you do it the first time and they let you off easy, and you talked to the commissioner said, I was shocked when I seen this shit the second time because the way he spoke in here, I actually believed him. And then you do the shit 2 months later. And then on top of that, if he really did find some more shit, like say he found, all right, we know now, he bought the gun on the team flight when he went to the strip club, or we know that he might have actually.
If I was an NBA player, I'm gonna travel on my shit too. I ain't against the law.
Right, but
it's against the code of conduct, and they saying it might be against the law what he did. Going to like catching the flight on the jet, you can't just be putting guns on there.
Yeah, private jet.
You have to, but you with any type of facility, you have to let them know that you're putting a gun, register your gun like on a flight. You just don't bring your gun and be like, all right, you know what I mean?
And I seen somebody say something to the effect of like, well, what he's doing isn't a problem. Well, isn't a problem like having a gun. There's nothing wrong with that. True, but he's doing it outside of his job. He's doing it irresponsibly.
Yeah.
Like you not having a gun. It'd be a different story if they seen you with your gun and you have it for your safety. You know what I mean? You waving it around, you having it irresponsibly. So I feel like for you to go do that the second time, that is a fuck you to the league.
Or like if he had a gun and he was like, this is my gun collection, y'all. And, you know, I like to go hunt or I like to go to the range. I like to do this. They probably would have been more lax. They probably been like, Ja, hey, don't show your guns as much, but you know what? Like, we understand what you do. You know what I mean? But like for a nigga to be dancing on top of the fucking truck, looking like he drunk as hell. I don't know if he was drunk. But looking like he was doing some. No, we gotta be honest, bro. You doing some nigga shit, bro.
You are.
You was being a nigga.
You in the car holding it up to your temple.
Yeah, like you could have shot yourself, nigga.
Yeah, like you outside.
There was no gun safety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So outside of their rules, like if we want to really be real, you're not even handling guns responsibly.
Yo, what pissed me off was everybody was trying to compare it to Cardi in the video. That video just came out. I'm like, bro,
seen that.
That's
So Cardi B and
Cardi
Lotto
is a
just dropped a
rapper.
video. They got guns, and exactly. And
one,
NBA
them
is a
guns-
private entity.
Them guns look like prop guns.
They look fake as fuck.
They look like prop
Cardi
guns.
is a rapper.
And it's a private entity. Like nigga, the NBA is the NBA. The Atlantic Records or whatever she signed to, that's them.
Yeah.
That shit don't got
and
nothing
that's
to do
how
with
they
that.
sell, actually.
Yeah, they want you to have guns. They want you to do that in the videos. What?
Right, and what I feel like what Cardi and them was doing in the video, yeah, she's doing her job, but her job rules and stipulations don't require her to not do that. Yours do, Jordan. Like,
yeah, go work at the Rucker. Go play ball at the Rucker.
That's
if
what
you
I'm
want to be on some
saying.
street
Like,
shit.
what are we talking about? Like,
Jordan.
I still feel like he shouldn't. I feel like I get why he not supposed to do it, but I still don't agree with him getting in trouble for that shit. Man.
No, you gotta agree, bro. Listen, this is the bottom line, bro. Whenever you fucking up the money, nigga, you're in trouble, nigga.
No, like I said, I get all that part. Why you can't do it for the money reason?
No, that's why he's in trouble. You saying he shouldn't have been in trouble? He's in trouble because he's fucking up the money. So we gotta discipline you, boy.
I just feel like you should be able. Once you clock out from work, you should be able to be however you want.
Maybe
as long as you're not breaking the law.
Maybe you can do that at Checkers. The NBA is $1 billion company, boy. We're not gonna let you play with our money.
yeah.
What you mean? You ain't bigger than the program, nigga.
And they tell you
John Morant could tear his ACL but never play basketball again right now, and the NBA still gonna be the NBA.
Literally.
He can wave that gun around too, and it's not gonna. It shouldn't fuck up.
Stop.
But if your job tells you outside of work, you're representing us, and this is what we require, and this is what we don't want, and this is what we'll tolerate, and we're not tolerate, and you sign that contract and say, okay, you can't decide, well, I'm gonna do this anyway. You can't do that.
I know you're not supposed to. I just still don't agree with
I know you're not supposed to.
You should be able to do whatever you want to do after you clock out.
In Brandon's world, I understand that. This is the United States. This is the NBA world, boy. You in the NBA world. So it is
Hell
what it
no,
is.
because if you work for me and you clock out and you waiting outside the elementary school, I don't want you.
Yeah.
You can't tell me, well, I'm on my own time and this is what I like to do. If you a weirdo outside of work, I don't want you working for me. Like, I'm sorry.
Exactly. So you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? You a pervert.
Yeah.
When you go on break, you be jacking off in the parking lot and everybody see it.
Right.
You know what, nigga? You gotta go, nigga.
You gotta go.
The fuck? I know it ain't your own time because you clocked out. But you clocked out. You know, nigga.
But he doing that on his time. He wanna.
You represent me, my boy.
But he breaking the law. Like that's different. John Morant waving John Morant waving the gun ain't breaking the law.
He's not breaking the law.
We never say breaking the law, and he's not going to jail. He just gets suspended from his job. He ain't going to jail. That's the difference. He ain't going to jail, nigga. He ain't getting arrested.
He wasn't at work.
You just get suspended from work because nigga, you know what? Like nigga, you represent us. That's what it is. Top of that, here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Say what? What's the scenario? You got anything?
Go ahead.
All right. Janice and Isaac. They both have a teenage son. And he's in the streets. Now, Janice says she will never stop fighting for her son to get out of the streets. And Isaac says that they have to cut his wings and let him be a man. And learn from whatever he learns from the streets. Which method do you guys prefer?
Let the parents speak first.
Let the parents speak?
Yeah, parents speak first.
Go ahead.
You want to go, B, or you want me to talk? Or you want to go, or you
Y'all
want to...
got kids. Y'all got kids.
Okay, I feel like a little... Do I have to choose one, or can I...
No, you can just explain how you feel.
Okay. I feel like a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more so towards the... let him be a man, because it's just like I feel both, because it's just like your child, you're supposed to love them unconditionally and always fight for them, like, and that whether that be they're in the streets or whether they have an addiction to something, whatever it may be, you're supposed to fight for any person you love. But I feel like if fighting for them is, putting a strain financially, putting a strain emotionally, you have younger kids who are seeing that, they want to go in that direction, like
you could be putting them in harm's way as well.
You gotta goddamn put your house up and stuff like that because he's stealing everything out this motherfucker. I feel like sometimes you can't help people, and I feel like if he's grown,
this is a teenage son. Let's say he's like 16, 17.
Oh, keep fighting for a 16-year-old. Yeah, absolutely. But once he's of age, like I would say like 20-ish, I feel like if he's still gonna be... at some point you cannot sit up here and like control what they do and have tabs on them because they are an adult, like, and it really just becomes like really strenuous. I feel like at some point you do have to let it go because you can't keep tabs on an adult 24/7. So if they're gonna change, you're going to change. Anybody, if they're not, they're not. But I feel like a child who has no resources, no finances, can't get a decent job, yeah, you keep fighting for them because they're in your household. That's how I feel.
You gotta keep fighting for them as much as you can fight for them. At some point, if it's becoming an issue, like you said, if you have other kids, it's hurting you financially and physically, and there's only so much you can do. At some point, you gotta put it in God's hands and just pray for him, man. I mean, whatever, you gotta just put your trust in God at that point. Because as a parent, you done did all you can do. You down to it's affected your livelihood, and your other kid. You may just have to send them away. You may have to, whatever happens. You pray for them, love them to death. But it's like you can't keep going out here. You trying to, all right, you can't leave the house. You take their phone. You take everything from them that you, as a parent, you can take from them to try to get them on the right track. They sneaking out. They find other ways. At some point, it's not much left you could do but pray for them and say, look, I can't allow you to live here. Let's say they're 16. You could send them to a boarding school or send them a military school somewhere. You could try to get them help. But I mean, if you run out of options, at some point you're gonna run out of options. And you gotta just pray for him, man, and literally let shit. Hopefully God can save him, man. And eventually, a person not gonna make a change until they ready to, or they gotta be put in a situation to where they gotta realize on their own, like, oh shit, I gotta stop this, or I'm gonna be dead or in jail for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with both of y'all. Basically, it's like, man, I can do it all I can do, especially if I got some kids at the crib. I got some other kids. It's like, I ain't got time to be staying up all night worrying about you. I got to make sure these kids don't follow. I got to see where I failed as a parent to how you felt like you needed to go to the streets, when maybe I'm thinking that I provided everything I could for you to not go to the streets. I need to take a study on how I'm going to provide for these kids and do what I need to do for these kids not to do it. Once you get of age and like it's clear that you've made your choice or you're trying to rebel, it's like, bro, I would tell even my wife at the time, right? I'll tell her, look, you can continue to fight for him, but you don't have to fight for him the way that you're fighting for him. Like, we don't have, like, you can let him know, hey, you go to jail, don't ask for this. Don't ask for this type of stuff. I'm not going to keep coming to see you. Sometimes that's what a nigga need to hear. If he don't want to, he need to learn the hard way. It is what it is.
You
like,
keep bailing them out every time. They gonna feel like, oh well, no matter what they say, they still gonna do it.
You know, maybe he need to sit down and do some jail time.
It might be safer for him to just sit in jail because he's not in a position to put himself in certain situations.
So for me, I feel like if a father's saying that, he ain't saying that shit out of like, I don't fuck with that nigga, he just be making me mad. He's saying that out of love, and that's usually where a lot of people, like where fathers come into play. Where it's just kind of like, hey, stop all that coddling. This shit over with. We not finna be worrying ourselves doing all that. I understand what your natural, as a woman, what your natural reaction to things will be. And don't get me wrong, I want to do that too. But that nigga has to learn. Especially 16, 17, you feel like you just know everything. I'll sit that nigga down and I'll tell him like, yo, straight up, I'm not finna be doing this. The family not about to be doing this. I just want you to understand, you made a choice, and you gonna have to live with whatever come with that. And if you want to do that, I respect it. But whenever you are willing to change and do something different, I'm always gonna be here for you. But I can't. Me personally, I can't sit here and worry about this, and I can't have you around other siblings doing this, that, and the third. And the reason I even made this question because I seen y'all heard about the dude in Fulton County Jail who dug through the wall to stab a nigga.
Yeah, I saw that.
So a nigga literally, because you know they saying like Fulton County Jail is crumbling to the ground. Like it's terrible conditions, right? To a point where a nigga can go through the wall and he climbed through and he stabbed a nigga up. Now I don't think the nigga died, but basically it's a
Wasn't that in a movie?
No, this is might be.
No. There's a movie.
Talking about the shit with Jamie Foxx.
Where he actually dug to get out.
Dug a tunnel and was breaking out of jail and doing murders and shit. Yeah,
and coming right back.
Yeah, coming right back. So basically, what I would say is when I seen that. So basically, it's a rapper named Ola from Atlanta. Street nigga. I think like his granddaddy was a street nigga. His daddy was a street nigga. He's 25. He got a 15-year-old brother. His 15-year-old brother was in the streets as well. He ended up getting shot at Atlantic Station. Remember when they had that mass shooting at Atlantic Station? His brother was one of the people who died.
Oh wow. Because
he was on street shit too. 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And he probably got it from Ola, because Ola do the same thing and just the family influence. But the nigga who dug through the wall and stabbed the nigga up, one of those niggas was charged for shooting the brother. The nigga that got stabbed up. So they saying like it was a hit. Like, nigga, you know what I mean? But my whole thing, when I just looked at it, I was just like, damn. If somebody, like, I wonder if it's like, because they said their mom and dad was both in their life. So I'm just wondering how the parents went about having kids in the street. Because usually if you in the street, you don't want your kids in the street. But I don't know, like, you know.
I mean, but you could tell your kid till you're blue in the face,
exactly.
Don't do what I do. But if that's the example that you show them, that's the route that they're gonna take. That's a fact.
That's one thing.
Know?
That's like T.I. kid. What's his name? Kenyon?
Even Boosie said
I was gonna say his kid. Like I said, you do certain shit to have better for your kids. But your kids, especially if you're like in entertainment and it's publicized, like your raps and shit, or you walking around the neighborhood, yeah, man, I remember your daddy used to do this, or your daddy known for this, and then you like, but shit, he got it out and he living good now. I'm gonna do it the same way to get out, and you ain't got to.
Or even like, you are the kid when you go to school. They be like, "Oh, that's T.I.'s son. He's Silver Spoon. He rich." Blah, blah, blah. You automatically
Try to prove a point.
Want to prove like, nah, that's not what I am. Your daddy might not even raise you like that, but you know.
You know, and it's funny because I was watching this interview with Zanique, and I forget the person who interviewed her.
It's funny what girls be watching on YouTube.
Yeah, we watch all kinds of stuff. But I was watching this interview with Zanique, and the same guy who interviewed Zanique had interviewed her brother, and Zanique was saying like, pretty much everybody's like, oh, you grew up behind a mansion because you had a TV show, and she was just basically saying like, y'all don't really know our lives because half the time, mom and dad was out traveling and we was in the hood with our grandma. So I feel what she's saying on that, but it's just like, I think the point that people are trying to make is like, even with you living with your grandma, you still had different kind of resources and you still have different kind of opportunities than us regular kids. Sure, you might have been down there on the west side,
part-time on the west side.
But if anything were to happen, or if you needed for anything, it wasn't your parents aren't taking out loans and pawning shit to get you that. It's still
you didn't go without.
Yeah.
You had the necessities of life. A lot of people didn't. That you went over there when you was on the west side.
Yeah.
And you were there having fun and experiencing a new way of life. And maybe looking the part, participating in whatever they was participating in. At nighttime, you knew that you could make a call and be like, I need to go home.
Yeah.
Or if y'all get caught up in some shit, your bail money there.
Yeah. My house, it might be old, but that motherfucker paid off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She got a new car.
And the only reason why she there is because she don't want to leave.
Exactly. Like, it ain't because, you can't or you don't have it. So I feel like, to speak to that, it's just like, it'd be a lot of situations where it's just like, people do it and they don't have to.
All right.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not really a scenario because I couldn't put it in it. But let's say y'all meet a group of guys, right? Y'all see the one y'all want, but the other friend approaches y'all and giving y'all the attention, so you entertain it. Y'all talk, let's say 2 months. That shit don't work. Are y'all wrong for going to holler at the homie that you really wanted afterwards?
Did y'all have sex?
Yes.
I mean, it's been 2 months. I'm assuming y'all was fucking.
Let's say y'all had sex one time.
Personally, I'm gonna have to take my L and find somebody else. I'm not spinning back. Like, especially if we got sexual.
Y'all had sex one time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was casual, unconsensual, sensual, imaginary. If we had sex,
imaginary.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna. And that ain't even off the strength of, oh, niggas is gonna talk about me or feel a type of way. It's just off my own self-respect. I'm gonna just have to take that L. Like, it's.
But this nigga, he approaching you. He's like, yo, I've always been feeling you. You know, I should have said something to you that day. I just wasn't in the mind state to even be hollering at women. But I wanna talk to you and see where this go. I'm feeling you.
No. I mean, we gotta
take.
Is
it just because he's a friend?
Yeah, it is. It's because he's a friend.
Yeah,
I agree with Tia.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be honest. If there's a group of guys and one is talking to me and I want the friend, I'm really not even gonna entertain the one that's trying to talk to me. I'm not even gonna let it go further. If I know I don't want you and I want your friend, I'm not even. I might talk to you. We could talk. You could buy a drink. We could smoke hookah together. But I'm not. I don't want you.
What if you think he's cool? What if you think like, all right, he's cool?
No, Brandon, you know me. It's not happening.
That I was entertaining. If I think he's just cool, like, are you talking about the other guy?
Like, no, I'm saying like the guy that did say something to you, like he a cool dude.
I don't want you.
Y'all, like I said, y'all was drunk at the day party. Y'all went back and smashed, but you was like, it was what it was.
No,
it didn't.
Unfortunately, the one who really wanted me, or the one who I really like we just gonna have to. It's just gonna have to be like, oh, you just a cool dude. It's never gonna be that for us because I already took it there with your friend.
Yeah, I feel like that. I understand that because it's like it's not the end of the world. Like, you ain't gonna die just because you ain't get the nigga you wanted.
I'm saying,
Like,
but
you know what I'm saying?
so you gonna pass up
Yeah.
your
Randy's
future
so funny.
husband?
He be
You gonna
wanting us
pass
to
up?
agree with him.
No, I don't, because I just want to see what y'all was gonna say. So you'll pass up. The nigga got he checked all your crazy ass checklist that you got. He had all that except for he friends with somebody you smashed.
That's a red flag.
So do you
If
not
your
like have no
nigga-
respect?
If you knew me and your nigga took it there and we smashed and it just unfortunately didn't work out and you still like, yeah, but I always wanted you, that's a red flag. You either don't respect me or you might be a snake ass nigga because why
he
are
didn't take you serious. Y'all did what y'all did. And he kept moving on to the
doesn't
next.
matter.
No,
It
she
doesn't
said that
matter,
shit
don't
right.
matter.
He either don't respect you or he a snake.
Yeah.
He
How's
don't
that a
respect
snake?
you or he don't respect his friend.
What if his friend like shit? Go for it. I don't care.
Then that,
I mean,
they
because
don't
y'all
respect-
wasn't
It still
serious.
doesn't matter.
That means
Y'all
they don't
wasn't
respect.
serious.
They don't
It
respect
doesn't
you.
matter.
Yeah, that
They
means
don't
that
respect
he
you, and I'm not
respect
saying it like as a like in a disrespectful way. What I'm saying is like he looking at it like, well, shit, I already did what I did with her. If you able to hop on there and do that, then cool. So he's looking at you like you might not even be a reputable type of woman.
Let's keep it a buck. If you know your nigga was fucking with a female, right? And he's like, oh, well, it wasn't that deep. You go ahead. If you can get her, you can get her, right? What are the chances that a nigga is going to want to make his main girl another bitch that his homie done fucked and got videos of? Or could say, oh, I did this with her. No nigga is going to want, like, no,
I've seen
come
it happen,
on.
but the percentages is definitely low.
I mean, that's not gonna matter to me. Especially like if it was some time in between it, y'all two like y'all kicked it, y'all
Nah,
talked.
don't say the time because this you just said.
No. I'm just
months.
speaking as far as y'all put marriage into this.
No.
If you-
ain't talking about
I'm talking about
No,
long
Randy,
term.
you put marriage in this.
Yeah, what you mean?
You're the one who said this could be your
I
husband.
said could be. That
You put marriage in
We
this.
ain't saying nothing about no man. We just talking about some talking shit. They saying if they talk to a nigga and they didn't want that nigga from the beginning, but they gave the nigga a chance to the point where it got sexual. Obviously, there was some type of chemistry to make them give up the snatch, right? So it don't work out, and now should they get like? Is it something wrong with double backing to the other nigga that you actually wanted? Yeah, that's weird. Now, does it happen all the time? Does it happen? Yeah.
Leroy, where you at, man?
100%. No, I'm talking about I'm looking at a woman. Like if a woman say they came to me with that and asking what they should do, I'll be like, I ain't gonna lie, you gonna look weird.
Yeah.
But from a nigga perspective, it's just the fact that a nigga, I'm telling you, a nigga just don't have that certain respect for you. To be honest with both of them, if both of them is agreeing to that, then that nigga probably, neither one of them niggas really have a certain respect.
If my nigga came to me and said some shit like that, I'm like, nah, bro, she a good girl. You know, we just ain't work out. I mean, we just wasn't compatible. But shit, she a good one.
That's
bro. You
one
should
thing.
try to
It's
holler
one
at her.
thing if like y'all went on a date, but you're saying
Just because I smashed
they
it.
talked for 2 months and they had sex. To me, that type of shit for me. And we got to talk about the time frame too. It's not like it was 2 years later. This is literally after I'm done. You can have her.
Not you can have her. It's just like, yo, she a good chick. She just not. She a good chick. She just ain't good for me. Like, bruh, that might be a good chick you should
that
talk
might be
to.
an anomaly, but I'm just saying, for the most part, if I was giving advice, I would say I don't think you should mess with neither one of them niggas no more.
Don't block your blessings. That's all I'm saying. You
The roles were reversed, I would be upset.
I'm just saying.
So if one of your homegirls talk to a nigga that you talk to and you had sex with him once and knowing you don't have no interest in this nigga, y'all is no time. Like, nah, he cool. He just wasn't for me. Like, you still gonna be mad at her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be mad. I take that back. I'm not going to be mad, but I would feel like that's weird. It's weird energy.
Cause look, it's like if we go out to functions together, are we gonna have an issue? Like if y'all are alone, are we gonna have an issue? It's just too much to think of.
You're right. That's a good point. 'Cause
Like,
how many niggas have we seen say they don't care if you talk to her, and then when
funny.
it happen, them niggas get that acting weird.
Acting
Yeah.
funny, yeah.
yeah,
We
like,
know either like you can't put it past niggas. 'Cause
I ain't never seen nobody.
I didn't see niggas for sure say I don't give a fuck about her. Fuck her. Then as soon as that nigga actually act on that and there's motion going on, he see that she got there, they hugged up.
He get to texting her, so you really want to
Yeah.
fuck with bruh.
Hey, I'm
And
about to,
you know,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
That
I'm
nigga just
Hey, I'm about to
insecure.
dip out and go fuck with Tiffany. I know we in here playing PlayStation and shit. I'm about to go fuck with Tiffany, bro. What?
All right, bro, do your
Yeah.
thing. Just
You
hit
on
me
the
up.
way to Tiffany, nigga texting Tiffany.
Right.
Oh, so you really fucking with Lil Jarrell
Right.
for real? Like he the runner in the hood.
Right.
You know, then they start throwing
Right.
salt on the nigga name.
Right.
You know how these niggas get.
I gave him
Come on,
permission.
B. You know
He had to go through me.
That shit just that's because that's an insecure ass nigga.
B, we know you the most solid nigga ever. We understand that. We understand you keep it.
Nigga,
P.
say what you mean what you say,
But you
nigga.
know
If you
niggas
not
don't
cool
do that.
with it,
But B.
bro, that's why. Then that's on
be
him.
honest. But be honest. You know everybody don't do that. That's the point. Stop it.
Niggas gotta be held accountable for you, nigga. You said it. I ran it past you first.
P,
why you
I
ain't?
said P. B, have you ever done some simp ass shit, bro? You know you done did it. In your younger years, you done some simp ass shit. Have you not?
No. Nigga, I done kept that shit to myself.
So,
if I felt the way,
he said he
if
keep
I-
it 50, y'all.
If
he
I
said
kept,
he keep it 50. He said he keep it 50.
If
Cause I can name it, nigga. I can write a book, and you can write a book on me. So let's not do that.
nigga, if I felt the way about it, I'm gonna keep that shit to myself. I'm not gonna approach the nigga or the girl
okay,
and say
okay. We gonna
I'm not
let that
gonna
happen.
approach either one of them and be like, yo, damn, that's kind of fucked up. You really fuck with that nigga? I throw shade on that nigga for going to do what I told him he could do.
But look, sure, it could happen. Sure, you could say, go ahead, I don't care. They could get together or whatever. But as mature, emotionally mature adults, is it worth it? You could go find somebody else. Like,
That
is
could be
all
my
that
one.
worth
That's why I
it?
said
In life, you
it's
supposed to
too
only
many
get
niggas in the
one.
world.
In life, you supposed to get
How
one
many
man.
situations
Who
do
said
we
that?
know?
I'm saying in life, like really, the goal is to find that one person.
In your life.
And you might pass up that one person
That's rare.
that could be the one.
That's rare.
And now you miserable your whole life because you're one. You looked over because Keisha fucked with him back in the day, so I ain't
Nigga,
gonna
you'll
fuck
never.
with him.
If you don't know, then you ain't gonna miss. You ain't gonna feel like you made a mistake. I'm not fucking with that.
You're gonna be
nigga.
sitting back 50 years later. It's like, damn, maybe I should have did that.
Oh.
I'm assuming we're
this
talking
nigga
about.
that I knew after 2 months. I should have.
You
I should have been
scrolling,
with that nigga.
you scrolling through
We're
Instagram
talking
and
about.
seeing they
We're
life
talking
and
about
seeing
a
how
close
shit.
friend, right?
You really going a little too far.
You
I ain't
got
gonna lie
you
to
got deeper issues. If you still thinking I should have fucked with
No, I'm
her,
just saying you
got
scrolling
deeper
and you see him
issues.
like,
I should've
damn,
fucked with
that
Demarcus
shit.
that I met at the club.
That shit might have been my person.
Antonio.
And now look at me. I'm still sitting here
for 50
single.
years.
I'm still
Right.
sitting here single by myself and miserable. Because I've been fucking with all these
You
ain't
just
shit
miserable because
niggas.
maybe you did
I've
some
been fucking
weird
with all
ass-
these
you-
ain't
you're
shit
not-
niggas.
maybe you're not a
And
good
I passed
person.
up on this one only because
Maybe not.
I fucked Tyrone back in the day.
First of all, ain't nobody off of one encounter, not even a relationship, off of one
I'm
encounter.
not saying you're gonna be miserable.
No,
like,
you saying what you say. Let me finish. Off of one encounter, a nigga is not thinking about 50 years from now. 50 years from now, you're not gonna be thinking about that. You might say, "Hey, I really hate the way I used to handle relationships." 50 years from now, like you might be like, yo, I was wrong when I used to do this, I used to do that. Like you go back, excuse me, and you look at things, but ain't nobody saying I missed out on a blessing because I fucked with Antonio instead of DeMarcus. And when me and Antonio stopped fucking with each other, I should have fucked with DeMarcus. Like, and there was no real relationship involved. There was no type of ain't nobody thinking about that 50
Yeah.
years from now, bro.
That's weird.
I'm not saying you losing
Motherfucker might be
sleep
thinking
over
about, I was really bad in my marriage. Like I seen Shaq talk about how bad he was in both of his marriages, shit like that. That's what you think about 50 years from now.
And I feel like if you really real, there's a timeline that you gonna execute to do what you need to do. If you know your friend is fucking with somebody who you really want, you gonna wait 2 months, 4 months to be like, oh, yeah, I really want. You're weird. You supposed to.
it. I mean, he already done hopped
But
down
look,
now.
it don't matter. The next night you supposed to be like, bro, let me get on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you not taking her
and that's how
serious.
niggas work.
You know
right
what I'm
there.
saying?
That's how niggas work.
Why- You weird for waiting 4 months, 3 months, 2 months.
What
like,
if y'all fucked on the first night?
man, let it be that.
If
but
you
to
fuck on
wait
the
for
first
2
night, I wouldn't suggest that you fuck the friend either. That might be worse.
But I feel
But you fuck with the
like
friend.
to wait to after they've been talking, texting, FaceTiming, dating, going out, like meeting
What
each
you
other's
doing?
friends,
What's your
to
favorite
wait, that's
color?
weird. You got about a good week to be like, nah, bro, let me have that. And if you don't, you weird.
So
You
if it's
take
a
your
week in
L.
between
We used to have a rule.
you
know,
may
we-
consider.
Hey, back in the day, me and my partners.
I wouldn't fuck in a week.
We used to
but-
have a rule. We used to have a rule like, yo, we got to the third encounter to establish who's messing with who. To the third encounter. That's what we are there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
This was high school. So my thing is, but what I'm saying is, if niggas are logically thinking of like this in high school, then that logic does not make sense.
We'll talk about this outside.
Yeah, because I got some shit to say about you too, my way.
Nigga.
Alright,
90% of the chance, nigga, you gonna be able to pick the ones you want out that circle anywhere. It's only about 2 of y'all niggas don't even pull a hole.
First of all, you should listen. We gonna talk about that. Anybody else? Wait, do y'all have any what scenarios? Do y'all have anything in life that y'all wanna discreetly talk about?
Like a scenario?
Anything. Scenario, would you rather do this? What is it? What's going on before we get out of here?
I feel like, how do y'all feel about the whole, like, I know, like, it's a sensitive topic, you know, DC's baby mother,
partner.
We're
supposed to come back to it.
We was waiting on y'all for that. Go ahead.
Okay, she just passed away, God rest her soul, and they have 3 beautiful kids, which I didn't even know. I thought they had 2 kids only. But outside of that, like, how do y'all feel, like, as men, because everybody's on the subject of surgery in general, and letting your girl get surgery and things like that. Like, how do y'all personally feel about that? Getting surgery and
women getting surgeries and putting their lives at risk.
Personally, I feel like if that's what she want to do, she battling with it, the potential, like, if she's not happy and that's what you really want to do, we'll go to the doctor, make sure you physically healthy for it, and everything's checked off, then yeah, do what you gotta do. Like, if that's what's gonna make you happy, then do it. I'm not going, like I said, you could take the same risk as going.
That ain't what you said earlier, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's what I said.
You did not go into detail like that. You basically just said
no, because that was a different question.
Go ahead.
It was worded different, but I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna be mad at you for wanting to have a surgery and putting that risk. Like, there's a lot of other things that you do that could potentially happen and you could die from. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, then do it. If it's gonna make you happy.
What you mean that? Never mind. Okay, so this is how I feel about it. So I seen everybody like having conversations about it, and I think the issue that I have with the whole situation is like people is saying like, y'all need to just say your condolences and just leave the topic alone. But like my whole thought process has been about this situation. Like, when is the right time? When is the right time to talk about this? Because I don't know what, like I said, let me make it clear. I don't know what precautions she went through to figure out she wanted to do this. I can't say, like, you know, me and my girl was having a conversation about this, and she was on the thing, like, she was saying, like, if that's what she wanted to do to make her body feel, you know, like, you know, she understands where she's coming from, this, that, and the third. My whole thing is I understand that. But when I look at that whole situation, and I'm just on the outside looking in, so I don't know what was happening, how DC felt about it. But I just feel like if me and my girl had 3 kids in 6 years, and on top of that, like, you talking about you want to go under the knife, and like the last kid you just had ain't even like a year old. Me personally, I would just feel like I don't think you need to be putting your body through all that traumatic experience. I'm not saying don't get it, but I think that you should wait a little bit. I would want you to consult with whoever you need, a physician, your lifelong physician, whoever you need to talk to get more aware, to be understanding, because I feel like people do not realize how serious a BBL or a tummy tuck, breast augmentation, whatever it is, women like nowadays, they do not realize how serious of a surgery that is. You have 3 kids. Would you rather risk your life doing this surgery so you can feel happy about your body?
Yeah.
Or would you rather, hey, let me take my time, get a little bit more knowledge, and not put leaving my kids at risk. Now, I'm not gonna be the nigga who, like, some of these folks are, like I said, I don't think it's about what you do, it's how you do it. So I see people was calling her dumb, this, that, and the third. I just think she was just a little eager to get her body back. And just from, you know, having kids and just knowing people that have had kids, women, I know how the body constantly changing, and they say things like, you know, like, I know how they feel. Like, I can just imagine, like,
change. It's the mental, it's the emotional after having a child, and that goes on for a very long time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would just say, just, you know, talk to somebody if you feeling the way, and just understand, is this the route that you really want to go? That's it. Take it seriously. A lot of people don't take it seriously.
I don't think that a lot of people take it seriously because media and music and models glorify that body image and that body type. So a lot of people don't know, you know, with healthcare and surgery, how dangerous any surgery is. BBLs being the most dangerous surgery, but any surgery at that.
Yeah.
And to add to that, I feel like even if you are told about the dangers, like, I don't think it really registers to people, like, the wide variety of a scope of things that can go wrong. It doesn't have to be that you're unhealthy. You could be perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
Your anesthesiologist could do something wrong.
Right.
The surgeon could do something wrong.
Yeah.
Or your body may be in so much distress and shock during the surgery that it just, you know, it doesn't work out. It's so many different factors.
Too many variables.
To it. You know what I mean? So that brings me to my second question. Like, so who do y'all feel like is at fault? Do y'all feel like it's the surgeon? Do y'all feel like it's social media? Do you feel like it's her? Do you feel like it's like who is anybody at fault?
At fault for what?
It's
for when somebody loses their life for a surgery, but specifically this one, do y'all who's to blame? Is it social media? Is it the surgeon? Is it the individual person? Like,
so
what is it?
I'll say this. You nigga. Yeah. I'll say this. It's hard for me to say necessarily who at fault, like this person particularly, but I will say this: it's a cycle. So, for my whole thing is, she had kids. She not comfortable with her body. I think that the way that social media and society is designed now, it's kind of like the way it just looks so easy on social media. It looks like, hey, bro, just go get a BBL. I seen a nigga do you know how he was doing the flashcard things, like pick. You
a
nigga said get a BBL or go to the gym or some shit like that. She got a BBL. He took it to get a BBL. Like, a BBL is not that easy to be. You should not be getting a BBL just off of a fucking flashcard. Yeah. Like, you need to be stopping and getting checked by everybody. You know what I'm saying? You need to be doing reviews on this nigga. How many people didn't die from this nigga? How many people didn't got? How many people 3 years later they fucking asses dropping? Like, you need to be checking on all that type of shit. So I think that society is what in the internet is what warps people's mind into that. And then she's also a public figure, so she probably feels the need to have to look perfect all the time. So that plays with her mental. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily putting all the blame on her. Like, it's blame to go around. Then on top of that, the doctor, she died. He might have did the wrong thing. We don't know what happened with that.
And he's gonna be covered. Doctors and surgeons are covered.
I mean, they signing that paper.
Yeah, they take a lot of paperwork. They tell you the risk before. Exactly. Hospitals back up their surgeons. Yeah, he's gonna be covered no matter what.
might have been telling her he didn't want her to do it. Don't do it. So I don't know what. I can't say who's to blame, but I think it's enough faults to go around. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. I don't know. How you feel about it?
I feel like as a society, we should be held accountable for, you know, what we make normal and for what, you know, what we say and what we show and what we do. Because as strong as we may think we are, like, sometimes, like, you know, that kind of stuff can get into your head, whether it's purposeful or not. Like, so I feel like as a society, we should be held accountable for our part we play in women wanting to go do these things. But I feel like ultimately, like, we do have to understand that, like, all of our choices in life are our own. and you know, it's just you. It's up to you
Yeah.
the route you want to go. Like, so I feel like, especially if you know the dangers and you're told the dangers, like, you know, it's just we just got to take accountability for our own actions.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine how many women go into them surgeries. That's probably the first person they talk to. In the end, they be like, all right, I'm ready to get it. And then they literally aren't listening because they so eager to get the surgery. They done flew to Colombia or wherever they be. And they so eager to get this surgery that they not listening to him saying, hey, this shit can cause meningitis.
They don't even say that. I had a minor surgery recently, and I remember the doctor specifically telling me, I need you to sign this paper just in case anything goes wrong with your surgery.
Oh,
like, that in itself was scary for me. Because that was the first surgery that I've ever had. And then the second part is the anesthesiologist. Them administering that medicine, knowing that your life is in their hands, that they could give you too much, a little bit over could put you could be, it's just over. Like, I don't think that, I think like, I don't know. As far as like surgery, BBLs, I feel like women do have the right to make their own choices.
Of course.
Always. And it is hard I think it is hard for a lot of women, especially after having children, or even if you didn't have children, you have a standard. There is a standard. But then again, you have a lot of men who really don't care, who love you for what you bring, for what you got, for how you look.
I just feel like promoting something as a mommy makeover to me is crazy. Because like your body be going through so many things before and after having a baby. Like I don't think that I never agreed with some shit called a mommy makeover.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, wait.
Because the name itself is kind of implying that, okay, your body is not how we, know, I get you
back where you was before you had a baby.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the problems too is like, it would be a different situation if that particular procedure had like a low risk rate for death or like a low complication rate, because we just hear about famous people. Imagine how many regular 9-to-5 women who save up their money, go get this done and never wake up. You know what I mean? They're not even reporting on that. You gotta, know somebody to know that.
And then just look at what you gotta do after that. You fly, let's say the people that do fly out the country, they gotta sit in the damn seat backwards on the plane. They gotta lay their ass down in the back seat in the car. It's like, bro, do you really want to do this? Like,
I knew somebody who had the surgery.
You doing all that to work in KFC?
No, for real.
The people that's doing that shit just to work regular jobs, like, I kind of understand that for Miss Jackie O. Like, you're a public figure. Yeah. That's how you make your money. I understand that. That's like if I'm a fitness model and I'm getting a little older, I might think about taking steroids at one point, right? Like, cause I'm 40 and this is what it is. I'm getting a little older. My body don't recover the same. I get it. Yeah. But it's a little different when it's like, yo, you're a regular ass person. Like, you really don't have to do this. Like, what are you doing it for? To take good Instagram pictures? I know girls who getting it. Maybe they feel as confident as they ever did. But it's like, bro, you kind of like just like, this is what it's about. Like, what is it? You gotta dig deep and ask yourself, why am I?
And there's the
this?
aftercare too. People forget about that. Like, you still have, some women have problems after for a very long time. Some women have health issues for a very long time. Then on top of that, it's recommended that you go for after a certain period of time, you gotta keep getting it done unless you just don't care anymore.
Yeah. Or you gonna keep it in main good health. You gonna work out with it, because most people ain't doing that.
But even if you work out, you could still have that
complications.
Yeah, you got these women talking about their butt, lumps, they gotta take it out.
I said, K. Michelle said she almost lost her fucking life.
And I'm sure she went to somebody that didn't go to a legit place to get it done.
But that's part of it, bro. Like, even you see, you can die in regular surgery, and you can die at the hotel getting the surgery.
But I mean, if that's what you want, and that's what's gonna make you happy,
I don't think that
you're gonna take risks sometimes.
And you're right, but you're right, because if we're going to be honest, trying to be as sensitive as possible, we all are going to have our time, whatever it is. But you're right, that is your choice. But there's risk. There is a risk that you could pass away. Risk. Yeah, high risk.
More than normal.
And that's the only thing I say. Like, okay, you gotta sometimes, and I hate to say it, and I'm not knocking her, but you got kids. Are you gonna be selfish for yourself and risk your life? Or would you rather just be like, you know what? I don't wanna even think about putting my kids in this position.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do it. I understand her predicament being, like I said, a little bit more, being that I understand how she make her money. But at the same time, look at the situation now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Especially as a nigga, I don't know DC Young Fly. I don't know what type of father he is. He seems like a good father. Ain't no father ready to take care of 3 kids.
Okay.
Especially one that ain't never probably really at home because he worked. He's a public figure. He's always on the road. He doing that. This is about to be a tough situation for him.
Yeah.
And it's all, and I know that people don't want to hear it, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I understand you wanted it. You may have been some mental shit. Yeah. Unnecessary.
I feel like it's definitely gonna be a tough road, but even when it gets down to the point where it's just like you got a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old or a 5-year-old that, you know, kind of already's potty trained and, you know, knows how to, one of their kids is not even 1.
That's what I'm saying. Not even 1 years old, bro. Khalil 2. And when I got him by myself, bro, I be going nuts. I be like, this nigga like, crazy.
Is that child even walking yet? Like, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
so it's a sad situation all around.
I get it, man. We you know, I hate to end it on this note, but we about to obviously have more conversations before we get out of here.
We definitely about to.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. We out, baby. Boom. Episode 133.